Welcome to the Church of What's Happening Now. It's brought to you by Nature Box. What do you want? What do you do when you want a snack, but all you can find is junk food? You rely on your self-control to resist the temptation? Come on, give me a breather. You eat the junk food. Start snacking healthy with Nature Box. And right now, you'll save even more. Nature Box is offering our fans, our family, 50% off your first order when you go to naturebox.com/Joey. Again, naturebox.com/Joey. 50% off your first order. Start eating healthy. And I like to also Helix Sleep. You're unique. You don't walk like everyone. You don't talk like everyone. And you don't sleep like everyone. So why is your mattress one size fits all? Answer yourself that. Listen, I got a mattress for you that's going to change your life. If you have couples, one side can have it with the other one can have it the other one, and everybody's happy. You understand me? You got 100 nights to try it out. Go to helixsleep.com/Joey and get $50 off your order. Again, that's helixsleep.com/Joey. This is the best mattress money can buy. Oh, shit. Watch that monkey. It's coming at you direct tonight, cocksuckers. What? Hit it. You wanted it, you got it, motherfuckers. The Church of What's Happening Now. Big Brown, Syatt.
Got that old school wallet, son.
Let's do this, motherfuckers. What? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. You thought the week was over. It's just starting, cocksuckers. Thursday, baby. Hit it. Here we go. Brendan Schaub in the house.
What up, brother?
Syatt, thank you for stopping by.
Yeah, man.
All right, so here's my thing on it. You ready?
Talking about JonBenet?
Yeah. First of all, when that happened, I've been through that system in Boulder. And when the JonBenet case happened, that community wasn't ready for something like that. I mean, and Boulder
Who is?
Boulder has had some wild. When I got arrested in Boulder, there was a skinny, wiry guy, Michael something. He hung out with some other nerdy dude. Not bad guys, but the one guy talked about the piece of ass he had. You gotta see my girlfriend. She's the hottest, man. She was 12. Then we got transferred after 3 or 4 days in Boulder County. We got transferred to Summit County Jail. Okay? Summit County Jail. It's like a paradise.
Yeah.
Handball, your own clothes. At 10 o'clock, the guard goes to Safeway.
I'm not mad at that.
And brings you chips and sodas and shit to watch TV. No. This is a complete different. Cigarettes, reefer, the whole fucking thing. They said I was going to stay up there for 2 months, but they shot me to Canyon City, and you get processed, and then they sent me to Golden. I did my time. I got out of jail. I never thought anything of anything. I'm selling cars at Boulder Toyota, and one day I hear these sirens go on. And I get home, and I watch TV, and Boulder's on lockdown. Boulder's on lockdown. You're not allowed to leave your house.
White people scared as shit.
White people scared to death.
Lock that bitch down.
What had
Rich white
happened
people.
was this guy with the hot piece of ass broke out of jail in Canyon City, hitchhiked to Boulder, went to by Lee Hill. So it was one of those mountain, you know what I'm talking about, the bus stop?
Yeah.
Little northern more, I guess. And anybody could twit me and correct me on this. And he saw 4 kids target practicing. He went up to the 4 kids. He goes, Forest Ranger, put your guns down. The 4 kids put their guns down. He took the guns, turned them around, and shot all 4 of them.
God damn.
This is Boulder,
Bad
1990, dude. Bro.
Jesus Christ.
Shot all 4 kids, took their guns.
I never heard of this.
There was a manhunt in Boulder, 7 o'clock, Boulder locked down. He went into Kmart and bought ammunition. So that centralized the search in North Boulder. So they came to the Toyota dealership. Did the whole thing. Now, if you're headed on to Longmont from Boulder, on that street, I ISIS, I don't know what it's called, whatever, Iris.
Yeah.
If you go on that street, in the old days, after about maybe 3/4 of a mile, there was an old blues club right off that street that was very popular in Boulder. I had never been in there. I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you. I never went in there, but I heard that through people that's where like fucking famous blues people went in there to play.
Right.
I don't know the name of it or whatever. So that night I went to bed, and the next day what happened was this. She wrote him a letter and told him she was leaving him for another guy. He went bananas and broke out of jail. That's the power of pussy. He broke out of jail. He tried to get up to a house. She had moved. He got the 4 kids. He shot them, and then he kept calling her. And I guess the cops traced the call, and she told her that she would meet him by that bar right off Iris in Boulder, that nice neighborhood. She would meet him right there.
Cops waiting.
The cops were waiting, and when he showed up, they shot him. They had a thing, and they shot him, and they shot him in the neck. Doesn't end here.
Oh, no.
He goes to the hospital in critical condition, ready to die. There's only 2 surgeons who could do that surgery in Boulder or in Denver. One of them was one of the kids' father. One of the kids he shot.
Oh,
his father.
Like, fuck you.
His father's like, fuck you, let him die. They saved his life. I mean, that dude went back to jail.
Damn.
That happened, you know.
Is he still in jail? He must still be in jail.
He's gonna be in
4 kids.
Yeah, he's under the fucking jail. He's under the jail.
You've never seen the light of day.
I don't, like they had shit like that in Boulder in 87. They had this kid that owned the pizza. There was Abo's
Pizza, ridiculous.
Ridiculous. And then there was a competitor in the old days, and he was on South Boulder and shit. The kid quit the pizza business, his father's business, and got a job with me selling cars. I was going to CU at the time. Great kid. Kid never drank, never smoked dope. One night he's walking his dog by 30th and Iris. There was an Albertsons there, and he was walking his dog in that empty lot, and his dog was sniffing something, and he went over to see what it was, and he picked up a bag. He took 10 steps, and fucking SWAT came out, FBI right there. They threw him down on the floor. They beat him up. They pitched a tent. Fucking, they opened up the bag. There was 80 grand cash and 2 kilos of coke. They opened up the coke. They tested it. They went to his house, raided his father's house. They just wanted to make sure this kid wasn't a courier. I guess they were chasing somebody in Boulder. The people threw the suitcase out the fucking window.
Jesus.
And they sat there and waited on the suitcase. And they thought he came to pick it up with his dog.
Yeah, Boulder doesn't have a lot of, a lot of crime or anything like that. So that JonBenet case shook that whole fucking
Shook that whole case.
And Doc Crease, so after that all went down and they couldn't solve the murder, Doc Crease, who was the strength coach at CU, moved into that house. He bought that house and was like, and everyone's like, that's JonBenet's. He's like, I don't give a fuck.
I thought they tore it down now.
Well, they did now, but right after they didn't. He moved there.
Okay, so this is my thing. I worked at Puddle Car Wash, and he's one of the biggest benefactors to the CU organization, Harold or Arnold or whatever the guy's owner's name is. I worked there for years, and they do all the city cops' cars. And I became friends with all those cops, all the undercover cops. They would come in and, whatever, Boulder County sheriffs in a fucking plain Cadillac.
Yeah.
They're undercover cops. But there was this one lady who used to come in who was a lesbian, very nice. I became friends with her. I didn't know what happened. Do you know what happened when they went to that house? It was a crime scene.
Crime scene, yeah. They didn't treat it like it, though,
They didn't treat it like it. They had a circle prayer.
Yeah.
And they contaminated the crime scene. So even if they would have, at that time, I think if they would have arrested the mother and the father and taken them down, that Jew was living in New York, the same guy that got OJ off, Barry Scheck. That guy was a savage.
Super savage.
Yeah, super savage. So they would have won on the appeal because the DNA was contaminated. They put a blanket on her.
Bunch of shit.
They did a bunch of shit. They had a prayer group. They had a meeting. So that was always...
people going in and out.
They had people going in and out. So that was my one thing that I thought, why they never made an arrest. And number 2, why they never made an arrest, I think that, between you and me, I think that Alex Hunter, or whatever the DA's name at the time, or the mayor...
Yeah.
It was such an ugly thing to happen in Boulder. It happens in L.A. and in the Valley every fucking day. It happens in New York every day.
Yeah.
But I don't think they wanted to drag Boulder through it. And at the end, what happened? The mother died of cancer.
Mother died of cancer. Yeah, the father lives, I think, in Arizona or some shit now.
Yeah.
The brother's weird as fuck. You see him on like Dr. Phil.
Right.
Just not.
So
normal.
they're trying to put it on the brother that he choked her. That's
what they think,
That's
yeah.
what they're thinking now. I think it was one of those things that Boulder couldn't handle, bro.
They weren't prepared for it.
I think Boulder was
And
not
just shit their
prepared for
pants.
it. They thought about it, and they said, first off, every fucking entertainment angle is going to be in this city living here for the next year and a half. Disrupting our traffic, disrupting our lives. And in many ways, I don't know. Did they get away with murder? Who the fuck really knows? Who the fuck would kill their child? You have a child. Who the fuck would do that to their child?
A lot of it goes back to the brother. If you look at certain angles, and there's a case for the mom, there's a case for the brother. The dad's, the dad knows, but he's not in on it. The dad knows, but there's a big case for the brother. He was known to do some weird shit. He would hit the daughter all the time. He'd do some really weird shit. He was jealous of her because she was getting all the attention. Then this is what's interesting is, I guess JonBenet was sleeping, and the snack that used to have in some weird white people shit, they'd eat pineapple and milk. Pineapple and milk was the snack. So I guess the brother got hungry, went downstairs to get a snack. JonBenet heard him getting some, woke up, went down there. She went to reach for his snack. This is the theory that I heard. And the brother's used to hitting her, grabbed like one of those mag lights or something, hit her over the head. Not meaning to kill her. He's young. He's 7 at the time. Hits her over the head, and that's where the problem is. The mom and dad didn't want to lose the son, too, once they realized she was dead. So they made it look like it was. That's ransom. What they think. And then you look at the ransom note.
Yeah.
I mean it's a fucking goddamn miniature novel. Like, no one's going to go through all that time. And they had to recreate that note. It takes fucking it took forever. No one's going to do that. And then the ransom they asked for is the exact Christmas bonus the husband got that year. Who would have the information? Some weird shit. Either way.
When I went to Boulder, right before I got arrested, what killed me, what really made them give me a high bail was 2 things. Number one, there was some dude partying in fucking Boulder who I ended up meeting when I went to jail. He was in county. He was getting high, and somebody tried to break in his house, and he jumped off his balcony 3 floors, and he broke both his legs.
Goddamn.
When the cops came, they found a quarter pound of coke in his house, so they fucking arrested him.
I was going to say, why'd he go to jail then?
Yeah,
and then there was another guy right before I got in trouble, 10 days. Cuban kid from Miami, was CUOP student. That means CU was giving him a small fortune to go to school there.
Yeah.
To up their Latino numbers. He had a brand new 1987 Nissan 300ZX.
Not mad at those.
Not mad at those
Hell
at the
no.
time. He's a poverty Cuban kid.
Yeah.
That's going to CU. And every weekend he would fly back and forth to Miami. And he went missing for a week. And they found his 300ZX splattered with blood. And they never found the body.
Damn.
Which in Boulder, you would never find the body.
Yeah.
They never find the fucking body.
Damn.
Going back and forth to Miami every week wasn't a tip off that something bad was happening?
Maybe not. Nobody picked it up. He's a regular college student. You're not looking for a fucking 20-year-old kid with skis.
With
To be
skis.
smuggling a fucking half a key of blow every fucking week, It's how you go dressed. They're looking for the guy with the fucking nose rings. You watch that stupid show at night, Drugs Inc.
Yeah, I
They're
see
at
that
Kennedy
shit.
Airport and shit,
Yeah.
and they get the dogs at Kennedy Airport. They showed a guy last week, man, with a fucking baby. He brought his daughter with him.
God damn. Scumbag.
And they got the suitcase, and he was halfway there, and then they just put a hole in it, and sugar started pouring out of the suitcase.
Screwed.
And they took the kid from him.
God
and shit.
damn. Dude, I saw someone got in trouble, got caught. They were illegally smuggling turtles. $1 million worth of turtles. Like some special kind of turtle. Have you seen that shit?
Was it in the overhead compartment? I've seen a bunch of animals, and I don't know if I've
Some
seen
weird
the turtle.
shit. They're trying to get. It was $1 million worth of turtles. Who was like, fuck coke, man. Let's get these turtles. Think how hard I feel like that's so much more of a hassle than coke. Granted, if you get caught, I don't think you're doing that much time, right?
Nah, they hit you with the Endangered Species Act of 1842, and you pay a bill.
Turtles. Like, what the fuck you doing, man?
Well,
That's a lot of turtles.
Well, in Miami, that's why they have all those fucking animals from time to time. That's why in the news you go in there, well, look, come back after the commercial. We'll show you what they found in Miami.
Yeah.
Kid's got a half alligator, half bat living in his fucking house. And the alligator isn't even allowed in the States. Because they smuggle every fucking type of animal into Miami. Spiders.
Yeah, man.
What do you think comes on those ships with the coffee beans on them? What do you think comes? Fucking flowers?
No.
Fucking spiders and venomous spiders from Africa.
Dog, I'm headed to Australia, and someone tagged me in a thing. This dude got bit by, he was a tourist from the U.S. He got bit by an Australian spider, and he's losing his legs and his arms because of it. Yeah.
All right, I'll stay here.
No, this is a dumb fucking question. Did he get bit down in Australia by the spider
Yes.
on the plane or something?
In Australia, he got bit because, I always joke around how I really don't like to travel, but I'm going to Australia for a live tour. And I was like, keep your fucking koalas chlamydia off of me, because koalas have chlamydia.
What?
They have koalas.
God damn it.
You have chlamydia. All of them do. They're just born with it. So humans can get the virus from them if whatever, you kiss them on the nose or some shit. I don't know how you get it. And then a bunch of Australian fans were like, be careful, Schaub, send me pictures of guys getting attacked by great whites. Then check this tourist out, and homeboy got bit by some spider and is losing his arms and legs.
Now, what is going on with great whites?
Same shit that's been going on forever.
No.
Great whites doing great white shit.
They found 21. There's a kid in my jiu-jitsu class who's Hawaiian, and he surfs every day.
Well, yeah, did you see that video?
He surfs.
You're talking about the 15? The 15 they found in Long Beach?
And they were just like, people in the water, calmly get out of the water. There's 15.
Why would they do that?
Because you have to know.
No, but you don't need hey, everybody, I'll let you know you're surrounded by 15 great whites. Wouldn't it be better, hey, everyone get out of the water. Don't be alarmed, get out of the water. Then when you get out of the water, there was 15 great whites.
Because the people are idiots. If they just said, people, please get out of the water, there'd be someone, I don't want to get out of the water. It's my vacation. I'm going to stay in the water. They have to tell, you're about to get eaten. But they were like, it's swimming against the shoreline. I don't know how there's can you imagine 15 great whites together? They could eat everyone in 2 seconds.
They didn't do shit,
I
though.
think global warming, something is affecting, because the last couple of years, you keep hearing about it. Like shark attacks, you keep fucking hearing about them. And this kid was telling me the other day, he goes, you can smell when there's a shark.
What?
The Hawaiian said this?
Yeah, they shit through their skin.
That's some Hawaiian shit.
He goes, so they smell like shit. As soon as you're swimming and you smell shit, there's a shark close by. He goes, whenever I'm surfing out in the Pacific or out there, and I smell shit, I climb on a rock. And within minutes, I'll see the fucking fin go by.
Fuck that.
Fuck you.
Would you ever do one of those shark cages?
Bro, that's
in the
what I
water?
want to do.
No, you can't do it.
Yeah, that's what I want to do in Australia. This is really the only reason I want to go to Australia to do that. I don't have time to do it. They booked. I have so many shows. I have no time to jump in the goddamn cages.
Thank God.
And I saw a video. Some girls in the cage. I don't know who the fuck makes those. It's the same like when you go bungee jumping in Mexico. You think that Mexican really fucking made sure the safety of the cord and the harness and all that? They don't give a fuck. What? So homegirls in this cage. This great white. It's a fucking great white. And they're chumming it, baiting it. It's coming full speed. It goes through this fucking cage like it's fucking
I think I saw
paper
that.
mache, just whoosh, right through.
I think that one was
Did
a
it kill
porn.
her?
That was
No, she got down, but it was fucking thrashing around.
I think I heard that was fake. It was a porn star. But I saw one where they got in. They get into them sometimes.
They typically do.
Oh my God! No.
Fuck that. No cages.
See, I want to
Uncle
do
Joey.
it. I want to do it.
No. Listen, mind your business. You got kids now. When you had no kids, that's when you have a motorcycle and you eat pussy at a strip club. Because it don't matter if the kid wants to lick your fucking fingers. But once you got kids, you can't do that shit.
You can't do that shit.
Next thing you know, the kid's got a rash. He's scratching funny as shit. He tests positive for chlamydia.
How do you explain that shit? I blame it on the koalas.
Fuck that noise. That's the shit you do in your 20s. I went to Hawaii.
I've always wanted to do it, man.
I got it. You know what? I always wanted to jump off a building too and see if I could live, but I'm not doing it. Yeah, where did I go last week? Milwaukee. I went outside early and I went for a walk. I went to CVS. I had to buy fucking toothpaste, a bunch of shit. And I went back and I said, let me get some coffee. It was like 10 o'clock. I had already had breakfast maybe at 7. Dog, I went downstairs and smoked a tremendous joint.
Tremendous joint.
Tremendous.
Not a regular one.
One of those joints where you get really baked outside.
Yeah.
The sun's on your face. You're
In
like
Milwaukee,
really enjoying
yeah.
it. And I hear this commotion on top of me. And I look up and I counted 12 stories up. There were window cleaners. Those dudes that get on the fucking harness belts.
Fuck that.
And I sat there for a while. One of my best friends did that shit.
Making $8 an hour.
No, my buddy left a fucking great lucrative job to go back to New York to do that. He was union. He worked for the company that did the fucking tower that they blew up.
Oh, tower,
The World Trade Center.
Yeah.
Him and his brother worked at the World, and he got promoted.
Washing those windows?
Washing those windows. They had contracts all around the city. You're steady
Making
all
bank.
fucking year. Yeah, you're making bank. You're making union wages.
Doing work.
But
Yeah.
have you seen in the wind that sometimes they can like crash against the thing?
Again,
no,
that's
thank you.
Listen, Uncle Joey don't do those type of jobs.
Bro, you been to the Comedy Works in Denver, downtown?
Yeah.
Right next there off Lerner Square, someone sent me this fucking video. Some dude climbs up to the top there.
Nope.
It's not that tall. It's the comedy store, like basic thing, top of the comedy store downtown. Some dude climbs up the top there off Lerner Square, and it's lunch hour on a Tuesday. And some dude just sitting up there saying he's going to commit suicide. So, of course, everyone in their suit and dress from their 9 to 5 gets their phone out, film it because they didn't think he's going to do it. Homeboy does it.
He jumped.
Face first.
How bad?
Stack! Game over.
Head blows up.
Game over.
You die before you hit the floor.
Everyone goes, ah! It's just,
I can't watch those videos.
Me neither. I was like, oh, what's homeboy going to do? He has a squirrel suit on. He's going to bungee jump. Lerner Square. This is dope. Some college kid? No. Some dude just didn't want to be there anymore.
When I first moved to Boulder, fresh-eyed, bushy tail, 22 years old, pocket full of cash, scams out the ass. I moved to 10, 12, 14th Street. All right. I had a 4-bedroom apartment with 3 other students. One Japanese kid didn't fucking speak English, and they cut him off because he had a white girlfriend. So I paid him $20 a day to cook Japanese food for me every night. He'd go to Alfalfa's and buy me the nice meat, and we'd make Szechuan beef and shit. Then there was a Mexican kid who got Smitty with me one night, and I robbed him. And he kept begging me for the money back. I knew it was you. He kept saying, I knew it was you. I worked hard under the sun for that money. The cops came one night. He blamed it on me because they smelled marijuana.
God damn.
Yeah, he ratted me out. So I gave him like 2 weeks, and I saw where he hid his money, and I clicked like 300. Fuck him, and there was a white dude that played the air guitar. What happened?
You have one of the best memories of anyone I know.
Oh my God, this
It's
is
great. You have no brain trauma.
No,
you have
this is
zero. All the
1980
drugs, everything. You have
nothing.
zero brain trauma.
19. I had a fucking.
You're one of the best memories I know.
I got an email from a friend of mine that beat me up,
Oh my god.
saying I don't remember this whole story. Why are people asking me about it? I told the story on the podcast, and I got back to him. I'm like, how don't you remember this shit?
Have you always had a good memory?
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of like I can remember big moments and like traumatic moments or negative things, but I don't like some again like your boy who's like, dude, I don't remember that shit. People tell me like, you remember this and this. I'm like, not really, man. A lot of it I don't.
When I go home, I hear stories, and sometimes I go, man, I kind of remember it, but I don't remember it. But this shit I remember like it was yesterday. The conversation, how it went down.
You've always had a good memory?
Since I was a little kid, I could go away, go back to the same place the next year and ask for people. My mom would look at me, how the fuck do you remember this shit?
You're constantly using your brain, though, doing stand-up. Like, most comics I know are super sharp, too.
I was good with numbers when I was a child. I was,
There you go.
like, we had a numbers bank. Okay, so there was a rule at the house. So Renee would call every day at 3 o'clock. If my mom was busy throughout the day, Renee would call at 3 o'clock, and whoever answered the phone had to give him my mother's numbers for the day. So it was like 3 combination numbers, like 325, 218,
Sure, running numbers.
219. It was just like 5 or 6 numbers. But my mom could ask me a week later, what did I play two Tuesdays ago? And I could tell her.
Damn, you're like Rain Man
And
without
she
the...
would go, that's fucking
That
crazy.
is
And
crazy.
the weed didn't do anything because I don't think I was that good, but I had a pretty decent memory, and now I feel like most of it's not gone, but it's not to where it
You
was.
think the weed made you a little cloudy?
Yeah, well, maybe a little bit, but then I also I was trying to think of my 4th grade teacher's name the other day, and it took me like 10 minutes to think of it. Just like weird stuff
Sister
like that.
Anna.
Mr. Bell. I figured it out, but it
Miss
took a while.
Famularo, son.
See, yeah, but I don't know. It doesn't make you cloudy at all. Sometimes it does with me.
Yeah, it probably took some of the years away.
Or certain cloudy things. Like there's certain things where my memory is really good because I collect like football cards when I was a kid. And for the most part, even today, even the pros in the NFL, I still don't follow it as closely. I can tell you what college they went to, position, certain like stats, like even old school things, just what college, where they're from. Very strange, man.
I also have, what do people say when they try to be cute? They go, you have
Photogenic.
Photographic memory.
a photo. No.
Photogenic, isn't it? Is it photographic?
Photogenic is like your face.
You have a weird way of retaining worthless information. Like somebody told me that one time.
It might be worthless to you, but motherfucker, I make a living off this worthless information.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But the people next door to them on the hill in 1985, this is the hill, 1985.
The hill's still cracking.
Sold weed. And I became friends with him. He was like 22. He looked like Cousin It. And she was like 48. Just fucked to death. An old hippie chick that smelled. It was a nightmare. But they were the sweetest people in the world. And I met this Vietnam vet over there. I didn't know he was a Vietnam vet. We started hooking up in the afternoons. He was a little older than I was, 10 years older than me. I never knew he was a Vietnam vet, Brendan Schaub. And we would hang out and smoke. He would make me laugh my ass off.
Yeah.
One day, we're crossing the Fox Theater, and there's a bodega there. Roses. Is that it? Roses?
I think, man.
And they make chicken. In those days, they used to make rotisserie chicken. This is way before Boston Market and everybody else. They were known for rotisserie chicken. So I go, Fred, Ed, you want to go up there and get a chicken? He goes, yeah, come on, let's go. We split the chicken. We're sitting right in front of Rose, summer of 85, and there's a kid on top of the Fox Theater. We're both stoned to the gills. And he's up there going, fuck yous all. You know, because a lot of anti-society kids go to Boulder.
For sure.
They get rich parents that send them there, and then they go there and they start talking those big words about humanitarian, totalitarian
freedom
government,
of speech, all that
shit. They go crazy in Boulder.
Wearing tie-dye and
They go crazy in Boulder.
Sandals.
It's August of 85. This kid's up there yelling and screaming off the top of his lungs. And again, it's Boulder, so people are surrounding him. And they're going, please don't jump.
Oh, really?
Please don't. And the cops get there, and the cops are yelling at him. And me and Ed are sitting there eating our chicken like nothing happened. Like nothing happened. And after because the kid was yelling when we walked in. When we walked into the chicken place, that kid was already yelling. So by the time we walked out, there was a circle, and people were coming out going, we just called the police. Please let them talk to you. And right there, I kept eating. Ed kept eating. And once the cops got there, we're like 12 minutes in, and we're eating the salad, and we got a Dr. Brown's original soda. I'm from New York City, dog. So when I saw Dr. Brown's, my black cherry soda, are you fucking crazy? I couldn't wait to get back to Colorado to get my hand on Dr. Brown's black cherry. And then there was no diet then. There was nothing. You got sugar in that fucking can.
So delicious.
Oh, my God. They didn't have Doc Brown's in New York. They had soda, Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
So I couldn't wait to get back to Colorado. And I fucking grabbed I'm out there drinking my Doc Brown's with Ed. And I can see Ed is getting madder by the minute. Like they're fucking up his whole train of thought. He's trying to tell me stories about weightlifting and shit. And finally he goes, hey, you fucking faggot. If you're gonna fucking jump, you fuck.
And you're all, goddamn, man.
And 100 people. I didn't say nothing. Ed was my dog. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get you back. I was howling.
Laughing.
I was howling.
Yeah.
I knew Ed, bro, for maybe 5 or 6 years before I knew.
He's a Vietnam vet?
No, that he was a trained assassin.
Goddamn.
Like, that's what half of Boulder's filled with, and people don't know it.
Hippies and assassins?
Huh?
It's either hippies or assassins?
He would be.
Sounds like a video game.
No, that's what
Hippies
happened.
and assassins?
There was 2 of them. There was one guy that used to play the bongos on Pearl Street. That was his buddy. Had Agent Orange on his face.
Goddamn.
He had like a blue medal on. He was telling me, he goes, this guy's got, like fucking, he went to lunch with Nixon. Like Nixon lit his cigarettes and shit. This guy,
PTSD now? get all weird to the Boulder?
This
or
is
what?
85. They're walking. They would go to the vet center. Like my friend Ed would go to the vet place, and they would give him medication. They would give him money. Ed had a nice little apartment, but I knew that Ed was a Vietnam vet. For some reason, I thought he was a medic. And one day I went to his house. Oh my God, he had everything, dog. This guy had everything, like Purple Heart.
We never talked about it.
No,
Yeah.
no. There was a picture of him with a bayonet, like 3 Vietnamese guys. Like, this guy did not fuck around. I go, Ed, what did you do? And, bro, we got an 8-ball one night. He just started breaking it down. Like, by 3, he was crying.
Damn.
He was like, I was 19. I didn't know what I was doing.
Serious shit.
Yeah, they dropped us off and said, kill. They took us, and he was telling me how they would pick him back up for 3 months and then retrain him, and he'd go back out there.
That's how it goes.
And he goes, 12 of us would go out, and 6 of us would come back. 12 of us would go out, and 4 of us would come back. And he just started laying stories on me. So I had beefs in Boulder. I started having beefs. And I would go, Ed, what do I do? And he would go, let me think. Ed had a solution to everything.
He's been through some
And he
shit.
wasn't going to shoot you.
Yeah.
He didn't believe in shooting people. He wanted to blow you up or light you on fire or fucking take you to Chautauqua,
Goddamn.
tie you to a tree and put maple syrup on you and let the bears get you.
Rather have the gun.
I go, did you ever get let to do that with people? Because I did it about 4 times. It takes about a day and a half for a bear to eat you.
God damn.
He goes, the only thing they don't eat is through your elbow and through something. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my
Savage.
God. Didn't know they were. That's why Boulder always had a very weird. Now I don't know what Boulder is.
Me, I
Who the
haven't been
fuck
back in
knows
forever.
What the
Yeah,
fuck Boulder
I
is?
haven't been forever.
I'm talking about from when I was there from 80, and I've spoken to Joe about this, that when I lived in Aspen, I knew 3 people up there. I knew one guy, dog. He was so high up in the government that they were picking him up in a helicopter. They didn't even have time for him to go to Aspen Airport.
Yeah, damn.
They would pick him up in a helicopter.
When's the last time you went back to Boulder or Denver?
Denver last August.
Doing shows?
Boulder? Yeah, Boulder. I have not stepped foot in Boulder since
There's no comedy club up there, right?
Since June 25th of 1995.
When you were in Milwaukee, you go by yourself?
I took Matt Fultron this time. You know, there's a lot of comics that are working, that are up and up. You want to take them out, get them exposure.
Yeah.
He's a good kid. We get along.
Do you usually go by yourself or you usually bring someone at a time?
It depends what comedy club I'm going to. Because, yeah, because sometimes I'm taking food out of somebody else's mouth. And I've been there.
You're saying for a local comic?
So, like they already got the week.
Yeah.
And I'm going to bring a guy with me. So I know what clubs have local guys that are dynamite people.
Yeah, you've been doing it so long.
Yeah. So
I'm sure you go to New York or something like that. You know there's going to be some killers.
Yeah, there's killers. I got a gay kid that opens for me in New York. That's a bad motherfucker.
Really?
I love him with all my heart. Funny dude. And last year was the first time he went in front of a big crowd like that. And he did okay the first show, but the second show he
got
went on
loose.
fire. Yeah, he got
Where were you at in New York? Gotham?
Gotham is my spot in New York. I'm back there in November, the week after Rogan goes back there.
I'm there in June.
Yeah, it's a great little place and stuff. You're really liking this live performance stuff.
Love it, man. Love it.
How does the adrenaline compare to fighting? Any adrenaline? I watch you before you go up. You're very calm. You don't drink. You're sociable.
No, yeah.
You're not pacing. You're very confident, which is good.
Yeah. I wouldn't say the adrenaline's the same because I don't get the adrenaline. I think it's more of I enjoy it a lot. Like I didn't enjoy fighting. As weird as that sounds, I didn't enjoy that. I enjoyed winning and going to the back and just being relieved and getting the accolades and celebrating that I won the fight. But when I'm in the fight, I never enjoyed that. Like I enjoy stand up. Like I love being up there. I just, it's kind of a different feeling. They don't really compare. They don't.
The first 2 minutes on stage, for me, I could stab you in the neck. Like that's how much adrenaline and how much anxiety I have going through my body.
when you're doing, I'm assuming when you're doing like because you've been doing it so long, doing like a big show, like
No.
any show,
like
even at the Comedy Store.
Yes,
damn, you
especially
look calm
at
as
the
fuck. See, and obviously I'm new. So I'm not trying to compare our experiences at all in the least bit. I've been doing this for 4 minutes now, but at the Comedy Store, like I've done Fighting the Kids at sold out Vic Theater in Chicago, 1,100 people. New York, these big ass theaters, and I'll do a theater in Australia that sold out 2 shows. Nothing makes me more nervous than the Comedy Store.
Why is that, you think?
The Comedy Store, obviously it's not my people, it's not my flavor people. They're there to see Joey Diaz and Joe Rogan and Brian Callen and Chris D'Elia, and I'm just I'm this sideshow. So to get laughs there is gonna be way harder for me, and I know that. That's why I do it, because it's the best training I can get. But also, you go there on a fucking Tuesday night, it's Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, Joey Diaz. Like you better fucking bring something, or they're there just to laugh. Like it better be some shit, man. Like nothing makes me more nervous than the Comedy Store. Nothing.
I used to be nervous about all of them, Brendan Schaub. So you got me beat.
No. Don't get twisted. I'm nervous about all of them.
I used to look at the audience and judge the audience and get beat up.
What do you mean?
So I picked up a bad habit early on that is great for any, and it's the guys in the other room kicking the pads.
Yeah.
And you're hearing those pads.
Yeah.
And you're going,
oh,
same thing happens in comedy. You go, look at the theater, it's beautiful. And, okay. And you look through the curtains, and it's a bunch of people with white hair. And you're opening up with a pussy bit. Then I'm going to like you. Then I'm going to like you. Then I'm going to like you. Now you go out there half-cocked.
Yeah.
So now that right hand isn't really releasing.
Yeah.
You're fucking around.
You're hesitant.
You're hesitant.
You're not using your best
so
shit.
So there goes your shit, and you get beat
and they
up.
can smell that.
They smell it
a fucking mile away.
So when I first started, if I'd see people with white hair, I'd lose it. Then I got left, and I got left 9 out of 10 times.
They're left.
Old people like dirty shit more than young kids.
100%.
Especially an old couple will lose. They'll come up to you later.
That's why they're there.
They're not getting
that anywhere else.
Up to you and go, tonight I'm going to take my wife home and do what you did. And you're like,
they want that Uncle Joey fucking raw shit.
No, see, you lose you could lose the war before you walk in the cage.
Yeah,
it's the same thing with stand up.
Yeah,
in our New York minute.
Yeah,
New York minute. I mean, listen, as a comic, I'm not cheering for the guy in front of me to die. As a professional, I want the comic in front of me to do the best he can, so I have to top that.
You have to up your game.
That's how you get better as a comic.
Yeah.
You go, fuck it, I got to follow Dave Chappelle.
Yep.
I don't want to. Nobody wants to follow Dave Chappelle.
Mm-mm.
But you do it.
Yep.
Well, to me, like the main difference that I see is that you like the trash talking and you're going to fight someone. But then I was thinking, like, sometimes isn't the saying like you could be your own worst critic? So I know it's scary to go fight, but like if you're with your brain all the time saying, "Oh, I'm scared," like that's like more of a torture sometimes. Maybe
I could write all day. I could write for a week, and at this level, I can still tell you that it all happens the first 30 seconds before I go on stage. However, I psych myself out. Like whenever I used to open for Joe in the old days when Red Band and them were all friends, they used to all have matching phones. So I would look at that matching phones and I would get angry. I want to be a bit angered before I go on stage, but not really angry.
Yeah.
That'll fuck up my act.
Yeah.
But I want to have a little wang to me. Like, you did something. You spilled the fucking water, Brendan. I told you not to bring the fucking water in here, Brendan.
Yeah.
You're like, Joey, Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
fuck, man.
Don't even trip on it.
Yeah.
I'm doing that to fire myself up.
Yeah.
So if I catch you 5 minutes before you bump into me
Yeah.
in a set and you're like, I'm going up
like
next,
that.
I'll bust your balls for 20 minutes about that. You'll be like, I never did that.
Jesus Christ.
And then they'll go, he's fucking with your dog. That's his psychology.
That's his shit.
They love it.
See, I like when, last time at the Comedy Store, it was you, Dan Cook, Rogan. I like being in the back. I'll shut down because I'll get, just in my head, I'll go over my set over and over in my head, and I'll get very introverted, which I'm not that way. I like to fucking talk, I like to talk, man. But if I don't have friends back there, I really don't talk to anyone. So when I see other people on there that I know,
I'll talk to you.
Fuck yeah, yeah. So when I'm back there, and you're like, "What's up?" If I like to get that out, that helps me get the nerves out when I can talk to you and just tell stories, and then I go on stage and I don't overthink it. If that makes sense. Same with fighting. A lot of times I'd overthink everything. Oh, he's gonna do this for you there. Oh, he's gonna do this. No, just go do your thing, man.
Go do your thing.
You know it. Go do
he
your
knows
thing.
this, and I tell people even when people drive, I go, "Don't worry about them. do your thing. If not, you're gonna get hit by the fucking guy.
Yeah.
Just keep fucking driving.
Yep.
With comedy, I like to warm up with somebody. So it's really weird. I had a comedy friend once that told me he used to like to open up with what happened with his day. So for years,
Just get started.
I would reflect on my day and what happened. And it was hysterical sometimes because you'd have bad days. People love when you have a bad day. Tell them about your bad day.
They can relate to it.
So those first 2 minutes were just me on a rant from the heart, which people know when a rant is fake.
100%.
People know when a rant is from the heart.
Yeah.
And it was really interesting how
Would it be about what you're mad about?
it can be about missing the bus,
Whatever.
missing the train, and this fucking dude got next to me. You're not going to believe I got arrested this morning.
But you're just using that to get going before you kick it off.
You were thinking a whole different. That's why I always say so much comedy is football, because you're half of your life you're living in audibles.
Yeah.
Half of your life you're living in audibles.
More than half, I think.
That's
Yeah.
brilliant.
Jesus Christ. You don't know how many times I've gone to the comedy store, 15-minute set, and I'm going to talk about this, and this, and that order and get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
And something on the way to the store, music, the comic before me. So it's something, and you have to adjust to it.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting, the audible part of it.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of experience like you've been doing 25 years. The only audible I've had so far is someone asked me to do a set. I never turn down a set. I need all the reps I can get.
Right.
Whatever, I do it. So it was at the Improv in Hollywood. They go, hey, can you come on? Yeah, no problem, man. I go down there, and they usually give me 10, 15 minutes, 8 to 15 minutes. So I just assumed I was getting 10 to 15 minutes. I get there, and he goes, you have 3 minutes. What the fuck? That's not, I've never done that before. He goes, yeah, you have 3 minutes, man. You have 3 minutes to do your thing. I was like, shit. And literally, when I got there, between then and there, I had maybe 5 minutes to think, just kind of figure things out. But, it didn't go great. But when you talk about your audibles, just shit like that. But I think that stuff helps. I feel like dealing with that and trying to adjust whether you hit it out the park or not helps you down the road. I like to think so.
The next time you do 3 minutes, you'll be better at it.
A set is a set is a set.
Yeah.
I always believed in, 6 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I'm really good in the 10-minute spot. Like if you go, Joey, you have a showcase for CBS, 10 minutes, you might as well go home. That's my world, because I'll talk fast, and I'll do 20 minutes in 10.
Yeah.
I won't let you
That's
breathe.
your thing, yeah.
I'll just keep punching you in the liver. It's just punches to the liver. Da, 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 da. I love a short set. And it's so weird now when you have a 45-minute set, you have to adjust your tone and the speed and let them laugh and let
More
them
of a story.
set. Yeah, it's so weird. But this is all the things you learn through experience. It kills me when, we talked about this when I did your podcast.
Yeah.
When people think there's a shortcut.
No shortcuts.
And there ain't no fucking shortcuts. Whether you want to be a dentist, a lawyer, a fighter, a plumber, a comic, an actor, you could take all the fucking shortcuts you want. But I'm telling you, the way to get better than anything is just by doing it.
Yep.
Just by doing it. Even if you think you're getting beat up, who gives a fuck? Bro, I went to jiu-jitsu today, and there's a kid there that's 265. When he lays on you, it feels like 9,000 pounds, bro. Mm-hmm. And the last time I went there, he got on top of me. I couldn't do anything.
It's miserable.
I couldn't even retain my fucking guard. So I saw him today, and that's the first guy I said, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. And
Which is rare, yeah.
and I was
Most
like,
people
you know
avoid
what?
him.
I'm passing this motherfucker's guard.
Yeah.
And I passed his guard. He was so strong. Like, I'm fucking 297. I'm putting my shoulder into your chest.
I'm sure you got better from doing that, though.
Oh, yeah. He was so strong, bro.
Yeah.
I tapped.
Yeah.
A minute left. I had one arm for a Kimura. I was trying to Kimura him and shit. But it's so weird how, even for me with jiu-jitsu, I don't go to jiu-jitsu to be a tournament fighter or nothing. I go to basically breathe, to get in shape, and to eliminate the fear of being on the bottom.
Yeah.
So for me, I put it into perspective the same way I did with comedy. When I first started doing comedy, I said, listen, there's nothing I could do. There was a commercial when I was younger, and a guy comes in, Pennzoil. And the motto of Pennzoil in those days are, you either going to pay me now or you're going to pay me late. Which in my mind, I always said, you're going to do the work now or you're going to have to go back and do the work later. Mm-hmm. It's like a lot of the guys that won Last Comic Standing. They got success from Last Comic Standing, but they didn't really have 45 minutes to headline.
Yeah, because you get done with Last Comic Standing, and then you're out headlining all these clubs.
So they would go out with 30 minutes, 20 minutes, and they wouldn't have that time. So their heyday came and went. You know, guys like Ralphie May, they had it out when they won Last Comic Standing.
Yeah.
Alonzo Bowden was a well-known comic. You know, Eliza
He's
Schlesinger.
brilliant. Oh, she's brilliant.
Experience is everything.
Yeah.
The thing that you have ahead about a lot of people that you're like in the A-leagues.
Meaning?
You're doing the Comedy Store 3 nights a week. You're at the Laugh. You're at the Ice House with Joe. You know, who else do you go?
Really, Laugh Factory, Comedy Store, and Ice House. Those are my three, and then I'll do the improv.
There's young comedians somewhere right now going, man, I can't wait to play the improv one day. I'm gonna kill it, and you got it, and you have it.
Yeah.
So you have a great opportunity. It's like those fighters in the UFC. They're like, how do you get in there?
And, trust me, brother, I realize it too.
So
and I
you're very
run with that shit.
And that's
super fortunate.
And that puts a different feather in your cap. Because throughout the years, you're going to go, what the fuck am I scared of? I had to follow Norm Macdonald the other day.
Oh, I got sandwiched between.
David.
I mean, fuck. The other night Comedy Store was you, then went Dane Cook, and it was supposed to go Rogan, but he wasn't there. He was coming from the belly room. And Sam Tripoli goes, hey, Schaub, you got to go after Dane Cook. And then you introduce Rogan. So I was sandwiched between Dane Cook and Rogan. Like that, my experience, and it's so strange, man, the way life works. My football career, my UFC career has always been thrown to the sharks. It's just for whatever reason, that's how it's been.
God bless you.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't have that experience, and you have to learn from being there.
Yeah.
You get run over on the end, there you go. Okay.
Well, I've been fortunate because the thing that prepared me somewhat of it, and I have a long ways to go, but doing the live Find the Kid podcast with Brian Callen, because I'm at, you know, my first show's at Irvine, sold out show. So I'm used to these crowds. I'm used to that, doing that for a year. And then the Comedy Store goes, hey man, we'd love for you to do a set here. Like, are you shitting? Well, what do you like, Find the Kid? You want me and Brian? I go, no. We want you to do can you do 10 minutes? Yeah, I mean, I can figure something out, and that's how it started. So just that kind of that experience going through the live Finding the Kids, traveling around, doing these sold out shows is what.
Having a good time.
Love it, man.
Now, is Calvin going to Australia with you?
No, it's my own show.
And how long on stage are you gonna do?
I mean, I'm there for, you know, I do my comedy, so it's half comedy, half, you know, current events, which is improv on the current events, and then I do a breakdown of the big fight, and then I do fan questions. So it's usually 2 hours show.
Good for you, man.
Yeah.
Just to have those legs.
Yeah.
Like when I first started doing comedy, I had a timer on. Like at 6 minutes, I'm running off that fucking stage.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't have the balls to even say, I'm going to stay up there for an hour.
Yeah, no, my show's at least 90 minutes. Yeah, 90 minutes. And off the current events, I can find some fucking humor to roast in one of the situations, you know. It's fun, man.
You're having a good time, aren't you?
Time of my life,
It's a different type of experience.
Time of my life, man. And you kind of control your destiny, man. It's different than, you know, not in fighting or sports, you don't control your destiny, but there's variables. You know, there's certain, you might not get this matchup or this fight or this sponsor, or you might not get the main event here, that, you know, because there's factors you can't control. This journey I'm on now, I control this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I had Cyborg on my podcast the other day. Man, if I was still in the UFC and he heard that, there's gonna be some repercussions, man. They might shut me down. If I was working for Fox, probably wouldn't air that podcast. Now you can't do shit. It's just a different lane, man. Just a different lane.
Is there a reason why you didn't go like the acting route, or maybe you are? I don't know, but is there a reason why you chose to stick with comedy?
I mean, I've had some offers acting. I've had some cool things come up, but you know, comedy's hard enough, man. I'm behind the 8 ball as it is. You know, I got to get going. I got a lot of work to do. Like I love doing this. Like this is what I want to do. You know, if there's some special thing in acting where it didn't take time away from my family or comedy, I'd be down if it was the right thing.
No, I even meant like just in the sense when you were finished fighting or when you stopped fighting in the UFC and you could have been in like an action movie. It seems like there's a little less of a barrier to entry. Like it's a little easier maybe to act in an action movie for you or a football movie.
Not for me. No, because the podcast at the time, you know, we have a comedy. Brian and I have a comedy podcast, so that thing started gaining legs.
Okay,
and then you know, acting's just. You know, I got offered to play the bad guy bodyguard in the movie. Like, I don't want to fucking do that. That sounds terrible. I'm on set just sitting around. You know, comedy is something I've always been fascinated by.
How long have you been a fan of comedy?
Oh shit! I mean, this is what's strange when people hear this. You know, my heroes were Jim Carrey and Adam Sandler growing up.
How old are you, Brendan?
33.
Wow. And what was
34?
When
turned
was the
34.
first time you were exposed to a guy with a microphone? How old were you? Think back.
I mean,
your dad, your mom, your aunt.
My mom every Saturday night religiously would watch Saturday Night Live. So you're talking, you know, so you're seeing. I'm seeing all those people on there. Those were my heroes. That's what I wanted to do. Like I fucking anything Saturday Night Live, man. That's my
now,
childhood.
in high school, you did not take a drama class. You did not.
Nothing in Denver wasn't. There was no outlet.
No performing arts in high school.
No, my issue was you know, curse and not, you know, I probably wouldn't be here if I didn't take the route of sports. But you know, I was blessed to some degree with an athletic body. I was good at catching footballs. I was the fast kid in class. But you know, so that you usually don't, you know, do that in drama. And also in Denver, really, you know, my family no one really thought about it.
No, nobody ever fucking thinks about it.
Yeah.
Nobody ever says, you know what? I think I'm going to get into stand-up comedy because the first thing they're all going to go, you're not funny. Tell me a joke.
Yeah, I know.
You're not funny. That's not funny.
My mom was the first one when she saw me do a show at the Comedy Works in Denver. And she was like, when you were 8, I was telling people you'd be getting into some form of show business. My mom's really the only one who called it. And Brian Callen probably like 6 years ago. I was wrapping my hands in the gym, getting ready to spar some monster. I'm telling everyone a story and they're laughing. He goes, you know you're going to do stand-up eventually. I'm like, you're fucking crazy. I'm literally wrapping my hands about to spar this fucking behemoth. And he goes, you're going to be doing stand-up. I mean, you're out of your mind. You're fucking crazy. You know, Brian, I'm like, you're fucking crazy. So my mom and Brian are the ones.
You know, there's a guy I still talk to, Jim Handy. In fact, I've had him call into the podcast twice at the beginning of the year because he's the guy that turned me on into goals. When I used to sell cars, he used to go, come here, dog, you got to write goals down every day, blah, 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 blah. And I would tell him, man, I want to start doing comedy and shit. I would do like little shows in the showroom, and I'd be ripping those people outside and stuff. And one day, I went to the back to have his son wash one of the cars. And his son comes up to me and goes, you know, man, my mom and dad have been having a lot of problems lately. He goes, it's weird on the drive here. He said he felt like quitting his job and just getting in the car with you and taking you on the road. This is 4 years before I got into comedy.
Yeah.
And people were telling me, like, listen, bro, give it a shot. And I would go, are you fucking retarded? Do you know the type of person you have to be?
Yeah.
They do one background check. And then they're like, when I found out they don't do background checks.
There's no background check?
I didn't fucking know. I don't know. I thought they were going to give me a background check or a blood test or some shit. But it's like I still talk to a lot of my friends from grammar school. And they won't say we knew it. They'll say you were just funny.
Yeah.
Like you were funny, so we had an idea somewhere, but then you became a criminal, so...
You became a criminal, so kind of took a fucking weird road, but you came back around, you found yourself. Are you one of those guys, Joy, where you think it's your calling? Like you think you're put on this earth to be a comedian?
Not at all.
You don't think so? You don't think you have a gift?
Not at all. I laugh at night. I go, these fucking idiots, I got them tricked. I swear to God.
You're crazy, man. You also have a special skill set. You're one of the top comedians in the world. Joe Rogan labels you the funniest man in the world.
It's funny because I still remember being in front of the deli where we hung out in Jersey. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I could still close my eyes and see me and Volano and Ascalise and fucking Ronnie, a bunch of us. And you, to talk in that circle, you better be funny.
You better bring your shit. Your
You
A
better
game.
bring your shit.
Yeah.
And I remember that I would always close out the circle.
Yeah.
Like I let them do their shit, and I just go on a fucking rant. And I
Kill
take
'em.
my dick out and I chase somebody down the block and shit. And they would go fucking bananas, you know.
Yeah.
But I never, ever, ever. I watched it on TV. I used to listen to Richard Pryor albums, and what blew me away about Richard Pryor the first time I heard him was, I come from Cuba. I had never heard that type of language. Like I heard my mother say cocksucker or motherfucker or something.
Not like Richard Pryor.
But nothing like Richard Pryor. Like I took Richard Pryor home more It wasn't the stand-up aspect. It was the what the fuck was he doing? And then I took the stand-up. I watched some Carlin specials.
Yeah.
David Brenner was big. I still remember Freddie Prinze.
Yeah.
When Freddie Prinze was rocking and rolling.
Sure.
But Pryor was the one that really bit into me.
Did it for you?
And I bought Bicentennial Nigga. Is It Something I Said?
Yeah.
I mean, I bought all those albums as a fan.
Game changer for you.
I watched the movie. I was there when he lit himself on fire.
Yeah.
I lived through all that trauma. I was a fan of his. And then, I don't know.
I feel like there's some comics you can look at and like, I can see how he does it. I don't know if I have those skills, but I can see what he's doing. You know, like he wrote a bit, he's doing his thing. And then there's other comics, like my hero is Jim Carrey. I felt like I looked at him and was like, oh, I can't do any of that. There's no fuck. Like, if that's stand up, and that's what I thought stand up was. Like I didn't have the George Carlins, all that stuff. I thought that was stand
How
up.
good was Ace Ventura, the first one?
What the
Oh my
fuck?
God.
Ace Ventura and part 2?
I love
Mask?
The first one is my shit.
Dude, the second one I love too.
The first one, I didn't want to go. I took my nephew and my daughter, like in Boulder, and I was howling.
Game changer. Bro,
Howling.
my mom allowed me to miss 2 weeks of school. I saw it goddamn 8 times. My mom worked across from Cherry Creek Mall. There's a theater there. I would pretend I was sick. My mom knew what I was doing. She'd bring me to her work, and then she would give me $4. And I'd look at it. Was 11 o'clock movie, 11 a.m. I'd fucking go over there. I'd go to Mrs. Fields Cookies. I'd get a cookie sandwich with icing, double chocolate chip, vanilla ice in the middle. Get my ticket and sit there day after day after day. I was fucking obsessed with it.
So I used to sell cars at Cherry Creek Dodge Jeep.
Yeah, there you go.
Dandy Doug.
Dandy Doug.
That was his name.
Dealin' Doug.
Dealin' Doug. I used to shoplift those malls. I used to go to movies there.
Yeah, man.
That was for Cherry Creek.
Cherry Creek.
You know, now that you said it, I got to be honest with you. I cannot lie to you. The path was very simple. Like, it was laid out for me. Very scary. I went to prison. Before I got locked up, there was a guy that I did not like too much when I worked with him. We didn't like each other. And one day this guy came up to me and he goes, you know, you don't think I like you, and I don't know if you like me or whatever. I'm a little on the straight side. He goes, do you know what I did before I retired and took this job as a sales manager? And I go, no, this was 2 weeks before I got locked up. 2 weeks before I got locked up. He goes, when I got arrested in Boulder, I was working at Bill Crouch Subaru on 28th Street. This one, it was on 28th Street. Grant, that was the guy's name. God bless his soul. I had worked there. He didn't like my style of selling. He didn't like that I was like a fucking savage. And he came up to me one day. He goes, I don't like it. So I just stayed away from him.
Yeah.
And about a week later, he came up to me. He goes, do you know what I did before anything? He goes, I was the booker for one of the casinos in Vegas. And he goes, I gotta tell you, you might have a career as a stand-up comic. And I looked at him and I go, are you fucking retarded? Are you fucking crazy? Then I got arrested. Thought went right out the window.
Like,
It wasn't
goes up.
Brendan to my little girl at the house. Wasn't even a thought.
Damn. That's
It's like if I come to you and say, you know what, you should play the harmonica. And you're like, Joey, I'll think about that.
Yeah. Okay. Let me go get a
Like,
fucking
that's how
harmonica.
quick. Like, by the time I got in the car and I went and got that rag,
Not even thinking about it.
that bag of Coke, it was gone.
Yeah,
like, I
fuck
never
that.
thought about
It
it.
was that crazy to you? Like, it was like the harmonica? Like, you wouldn't even consider
It's
it?
like me coming to you and going, you know what, Lee, you got a little orange. You should play the fucking bow. Like, you know, at an orchestra, the Hollywood Bowl, I'll hook you up. I got a connection down there. That's
It's so
what it was
crazy
like.
when you think about it.
Like, I just got in my car and went home. And then I got arrested, went through the process, ended up at Camp George West in Golden.
Let me ask you this, Joey. How old were you when you did your first set? Was it open mic?
Yeah, it was open mic at the Denver Comedy Works on Tuesday night.
God
3
damn.
minutes.
And how old were you?
32. So I got locked up at 25. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was a little early. We'll count it down. I got locked up at 25. When I was in there, shit would happen, and they would always in the kitchen. I was a stock clerk, and I would fuck around with the black inmates.
Yeah.
If the food wasn't good, I'd go, "Don't do it."
Yeah.
I'd yell across the thing. The brothers would go,
Joking around.
I'd go like this to them, "Don't do it." And they go, "God damn it, we got to eat reserves again," because they all had food in their rooms.
Yeah.
So one day the projector broke, and I would go on stage. They would go, "Cuba, go." And something happened that they said, "Tell them what happened today." Like it was one of those things. So I go, "I'll tell you what happened." Fucking Mr. Yarborough, and I went
Because you're a
off.
good storyteller.
Something like that. And then like a week later, they said the projector broke, and they go, "Cuba, go up there and crack some jokes." And this went on for about 4 or 5 weeks.
So it's kind of your first open
Mike-ish, kind of
prison
goofing
open
on the
mic.
black guys.
But
There was
still,
3 junkies.
Working the no material, working the
No
crowd.
material, just working it straight black, Mexican, white. Look at this fucking dude.
It's a
with no
rough
Jerry
crowd,
curl.
but they're looking for entertainment.
And they all dug me, and they all got along with me. I never had any beef. And then there was this white dude from Buffalo who killed his wife and her boyfriend. And he was at the end of a 22-year beat. And then he had to go to Buffalo and serve 8 years.
Fuck.
And he rolled his own cigarettes, and he was very nerdy. He knew about every book. He would get into deep arguments about Nietzsche with everybody and shit. And I would go in there every day after, because my job was very limited. My job was like 2 hours, an hour and a half, and then I had the rest of the day off to about 4:30. So I would go to the library and read the paper, the sports page, and I'd return a book. And one day, bro, he came up to me and he gave me a notebook, which is big in jail. Like to get a notebook, you know, those old hardcover ones that look like he did a hit of acid and they're black on white. And then it's his name and subject.
Yep.
Like it was one of those. And he goes, "Take this." And I go, "Why?" And he goes, "So you can write your jokes." Like he was like this guy killed his wife and the guy that was cheating on him with.
But
And
smart
he comes
dude.
up to me with a notebook. He goes, "Take this." He goes, "You're gonna need this. You should write your jokes on here." Like he was happy he gave me something. I'll never forget. And I go, "What's this for?" He goes, "So you can write your jokes, man." He goes, "You did really good last week." And I go, "I'm not a comedian. I just go up there and fuck around." And he looked at me like, he goes, "So wait a second. When you go up there on Thursdays, you're not prepared?" I go, "No. When the fuck do you see me writing? I don't
Yeah, when
prepare
the
nothing."
fuck am I going to write? Yeah.
And he goes, "Listen, man, when you go out of jail, you should try this." This is a guy who killed his wife.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I'm going to listen to
All
you.
right, murderer.
So done. Did I think about it after that?
Yeah.
Maybe once or twice. Maybe they're on to something. But then I'm like, what the fuck's the guy know? If he knew anything about entertainment, he'd be Led Zeppelin's manager. And what the fuck does the other hippie Joe? You know, if he'd done everything, he would have killed his wife.
Yeah.
And I got a job roofing. I went to work with my in-laws and
So you're in prison for how long? 4 or 5?
about 14 months.
Oh, that's it?
I go to Boulder. I start selling cars.
Okay.
And then after I get out of the halfway house, I go to work for my in-laws. And I work on a roof in Denver for like 6 or 7 months. Then they make me an estimator. They send me to training school, and I go to different rubber, Carlisle and Goodyear, and they all train me on how to measure their roofs and shit. So there's one winter, I tell people all the time, especially Boulder. Boulder's only cold the last 2 weeks of December, the first 2 weeks of January.
Yeah, it's not bad.
That's it.
Yeah,
After
people
that,
think it's all snowy and shit.
oh my God.
Like frozen or
that
some
second
shit.
week of January, it was coming down and we couldn't work. There was a high load dropping off materials. So all we had to do was go to the roof, shovel the roof, and then put the materials on the roof, and we were going to go all to eat lunch. But something happened with all the snow that they couldn't get the thing. So my brother-in-law goes, "Doug, do you want to go to the diner and get everybody green chili?"
Boulder makes some good green chili now.
Huh?
Boulder has some good green chili.
This is like South Denver.
Oh, okay.
This is before they developed it off the 70, like one of those warehouses that's real long.
All right.
But 2 blocks away, the green chili was money.
Word.
And you could either sit in the booth or go up to the counter. And I just walked up to the counter, and there was a Rocky Mountain Post. And you know, like when you open up a paper and just open it?
Rocky Mountain News.
Rocky
There's Denver Post.
Right.
There's Rocky
See,
Mountain
I got
News.
confused. You know, when you open up a paper like that just to see the
Yeah,
sports
just like
or
what's
whatever.
going on here.
Right there in big bold letters. It said, "Do you want to be a stand-up comedian?"
What the fuck?
And there was a picture of Andy Payton. I still remember the comedian, like up there, and it said, because Roseanne had just hit it out of Denver.
She got her start there.
But she had just hit out of Denver. She took some of the writers with her. You know, some of those writers from Denver wrote her first hour. Denver now is fucking hopping.
People don't realize that Roseanne got her start.
Yeah, no, right there. That
Comedy
was it.
Works Denver, yeah.
And then the Blue Note in Boulder. Nobody even knows about the Blue Note. That was a jazz bar that they just snorted coke and they burnt it down. Oh, yeah, the Blue Note was where Roseanne, Jeff Harms, Todd Jordan, Rick Kearns, those guys. There was a crew of them that had an improv troupe. Jeff Harms. The guy who read me the riot act that I almost killed one night, Matt Woods. Matt Berry is a gazillionaire now. He writes half the shows, and something's on right now that's his.
Yeah, damn.
He keeps writing. So that little crew in Denver helped Roseanne. So I'm in this diner, and I open this up, Brendan, and there it is. Do you want to be a stand-up comic?
Another sign, Joey.
And it was just like Comics Flock, and if you opened it up, it had, like, the open mics in town, what nights you had a call, but in the bottom it said, see you Boulder, 3-week stand-up comedy course, $35. Sundays 1 to 4. I signed up. I took the 3-week class.
What was that class like?
You went up there, he broke it down for you. He brought a notebook in, and you broke it down. He told you what books to get.
And it helped you?
And you'd review the books, and then he made you do 1 minute at the end of the 3 weeks. And after class, he goes, can I talk to you for a second? He goes, listen, man, I don't know what your plans are, but he goes, you got a future in this.
Fuck.
He goes, if you like it, I'll help you out.
That goes a long ways.
Fuck yeah. He goes, at least you're on to something. So he took my number, and then they opened up a comedy club in Westminster called, I forget what, the Wits End. Mm. And I went up there and I applied, and I used them as a reference. And they gave me the job as a doorman.
Are you a religious man, Joey?
I am now, because I'm 50.
Are you? Starting to now?
Yeah. No, it was a path. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Yeah.
There's a bunch of signs there.
And then I took the DJ booth, then I took the bar back. And then it took me, I'm not going to lie to you, bro, it took me 6 months to get on the stage the first time, maybe 8 months. I would cancel the night up.
Yeah.
I would call, they'd give me the spot. Then I'd call them and tell them my car blew up or some shit like that.
Making shit up.
No, but this is the beauty of it. I got on stage June 18th of 1991. I got on stage the second time, July something. The meantime, I was a doorman. Then I was a DJ. I was the everything. Yeah. I was a doorman, then I became the DJ. Then I bar backed. And then I got on stage twice in August. And in September, I got on stage one time in Boulder and one time in New York City. I went to New York City to clean my head. Their house wasn't doing well. My house at the time, me and my wife and the baby, it wasn't clicking. Yeah. I was roofing from 6 to 6, and I'd basically come home, take a shower, and go to the comedy club till 10. It wasn't gelling. I went to New York. I made a decision. I'm going to still do comedy, but I'm going to work on the relationship. And I really did. And one day I come in October, and she looks at me, Lena, I got to tell you what really happened. Like, I really wanted to do stand-up, but nobody was going to go for it. You understand me? There was no way I could do it.
Meaning, was it tough to tell people you're going to do it?
Financially, the situation I was in, the people I was surrounded with at the time, it just wasn't going to work for me to do stand-up comedy.
Sure.
There was no way. Like, I could still keep my day job and do sets at night. That was the plan. Keep the roofing job, get rid of Wits End.
It's tough when you have a family.
And do the sets at night.
Because you're also not that young either.
Oh, please.
You're not 21.
So, no, I got on stage 91. The first time I got on stage, I was 28 years old. I lied to you guys. I just didn't know it was 28 or 32. So, it was tough. Like, Brendan, it was tough. Like, it was burning in me.
Yeah.
Like, I knew that this is what I wanted to try, at least.
But going down that road, family life's probably fucked.
This family life, we had bought a condo already. We had done a lot of things together. We had a baby, but the relationship was slipping. I just thought this was a hump in the road with the relationship. But I kept thinking about Jesus Christ. So this is what I'm going to do the rest of my fucking life. I'm going to work on a roof Monday through Friday. Saturdays, I got the baby. And Sundays, me and her take the baby up to the in-laws' house. We eat dinner. And we listen to the same stories about fucking Germany over and over again every fucking weekend. Is this it? And then one day when I'm 65, I gotta go fucking watch. This is it.
Oh, fuck.
This is what you're fucking telling me. And I mow my lawn and I shovel snow.
Fuck you.
That's my activities. I
You
swear to
have
God.
a warm bath and a razor blade?
I was fucking dying.
Ugh.
I'm like, I can't
Dying
believe that as an American or anything else that they make you go to college at 18 to pick your fucking card for the rest of your life when you have no idea how to wipe your fucking asshole.
You have no
They want
clue.
you to pick your fucking major and label yourself. So now you're 21, you're 60,000 in debt.
I was just gonna say, and you got debt.
And now you have to pick your choice, and you realize, you know what? This ain't what I fucking want to do.
60,000 is nothing now.
That's what, and that's what happened. I'm like, what the fuck? And I got a kid, and I got a fucking wife. What the fuck am I gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna quit the comedy job, and I'm gonna fucking roof, and I'm gonna maybe Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays after the baby's in sleep, I'll go out and do jokes. I bought Judy Carter's comedy workbook.
Yeah.
I bought Gene Perez, How to Write Comedy. I mean, I did everything I could. I was trying to write. I went down to Boulder Broker. You know what that is?
Yeah.
The meat market.
Yeah.
On Wednesdays, the buffet.
Yeah.
They did comedy there on Tuesdays.
Wow.
And I went and begged my way out there on Tuesday nights.
Right
I
off
was like,
baseline there.
Right on
36
baseline.
and baseline.
The guy said, Joey, I don't know. I got a magician as the host. I go, come on. Let me go up there and do time. And I got up there one Tuesday, and he goes, Joey, you're not bad. This is good. They liked you. He goes, yeah, the magician's kind of rusty. Like, give me time. And all of a sudden, a month later, he calls me. He goes, hey, man, Beck's Beer. Is Beck still
Beck's,
around?
oh yeah.
Beck's Beer is doing a national comedy competition, and the regionals, they're going to do them here every Tuesday. So he goes, I want you to come down and do the contest. And I was fired up. I went down there, and guess what, Brendan? I fucking won.
Damn.
I won on a Tuesday, maybe my 7th time on stage. I had a stupid joke about Godzilla making a comeback and coming out of the Hudson and shit and Chinese people dying. I mean, I didn't even know what I was saying. I was nervous. I would do real fast. And I took a loan out. My friend came to me and goes, I got a car, bro. It's perfect for you. Give me 4. So up to 67. So I didn't know where to get the 4,000 from. So I go, what if I'm going to get the 4,000 from? So I said, you know what? I went up to the University of Colorado and I signed up for fucking 9 classes. I just said, let me see if I can get away with this. And right there, I applied for a 2625 loan. And like 2 days later, they're like, yeah, come pick it up Friday. So I went there, picked up the 2625. I took $1,000 out of my account. I bought this car. And I think I made $2,400 or something on the car. I don't fucking remember, but I made a good piece of money in that time. And I went right back to the school the next day, and I said, I got to resign my credit, so I'm just going to pay you back the loan. And I paid back the loan.
Damn. Nice little hustle.
And about 3 weeks later, I walk in my house, and my ex-wife is sitting there with the letter in her hand. She goes, you never told me about this. I said, what do you think paid for that fucking car last month and everything? I go, I made 20, I sold the car. And she goes, I got to tell you, I'm not, and Brendan, I got to tell you something. At the time, my mom died. Like, I didn't have a bad childhood. I just didn't have a family type childhood. When I was 19, everybody was talking about pussy.
Yeah.
I already knew I wanted to get married.
Yeah.
Like, when I was 19, everybody was talking about Studio 54 and getting their dick sucked.
Yeah.
I'm like, this shit ain't for me.
Not the player life.
I want a wife. I want a kid.
Yeah,
I want what I never had.
Yeah.
So for the first time I had this, but it just didn't feel right. And this bitch looked me straight in the face, Brendan, and she goes, listen, I'm going to move out.
So I'm done.
And I'm going
Taking
to
the
file
kid.
for divorce. I'm going to take the child. We'll have split custody.
White girl?
White girl, let me tell you something. And you know me, dog. For the first 30 seconds, it stung.
Fuck yeah.
Like a little bit. But after that, a
You knew it
cloud
was
came
right.
over me. No. And all I thought about is, now I can do comedy.
Yes. It's almost a relief.
Oh my God. And I was in love with her in a way, and I loved the baby, but I couldn't deal with her anymore. We had gone through everything we could together.
She did you a favor.
She did me a favor. It was fucking crazy. Like when she said that to me, I didn't know how to feel.
Yeah.
Like the regular guy, if a regular guy didn't have anything to look forward to, he would have collapsed.
Yeah.
I didn't because I'm like
Finally.
It was 35 seconds later when that thought came in my mind. I go, oh my God.
I can do comedy now.
I could do fucking comedy now.
Later, bitch.
I lost a daughter over it.
Yeah.
You know, I dedicated
tough.
myself to this, you know. But I always knew, even if I stayed in Boulder, I wasn't going to be her father the way I was supposed to. I just saw the cards.
You talk to her now?
No, we still haven't talked. 10, 12 years now.
Really?
I hit her up on Twitter 2 weeks ago.
And she still...
Nah, we're not going to talk for a while.
Yeah. That has to bother you a little bit.
It bothers me because I see the relationship I have with my 4-year-old tonight, which, by the way, almost didn't let me come here tonight.
My 50-month-old almost didn't let me.
Almost didn't let me come here.
Everyone's sick at the crib.
Daddy, where you go? She only asked me twice a week. Tonight she goes, I gotta go to work. She goes, maybe you shouldn't go to work tonight. Maybe you should stay home and watch Wally Kazan with me. And she goes, and she started reading off the episodes we're gonna watch.
It's tough, man.
Victor the villain and fucking the mom, whatever. And
It's tough. If I don't have a set, I have people ask me to do podcasts all the time.
Yeah, no, I'm home too.
I'm fucking home.
I'm home this
If it's
weekend.
not dire important, I do not fuck around at night.
It's got to have an envelope.
Yeah.
Friday, I'm going to the family dance, the school dance.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to eat some Stars of Death. I'm going to get fucked up, put some Visine in my eyes, and I'm taking the whole fucking family to this. You know, you need to do that, if not, you lose your family. You don't have a family. And without, what did Vito Corleone say? A man without a family is not a man.
Yeah.
A man who doesn't spend time with his family. I didn't know that when I was 26.
Yeah.
I thought your wife was somebody who stabbed in the ass once a week. She did your laundry and she cooked.
Nah, man.
Boy, was I mistaken at that age. I was a fucking animal.
You're young.
And this is why I got what I got. But it was weird when she told me she was done. It was like I went right for comedy. Like she was gone maybe a week and I already had a list of open mics.
The biggest favor she could have done.
That's how I justify it. I mean, I'm still angered that I look at this 4-year-old and I see how tight I am with her. Jackie and me were even tighter. So for her to turn on me like this, for her not to talk to me, something was said to her.
She's only get one side of the story.
Something was done.
The mom's going, this is your dad, this is what fucking happened. If she would just sit down. How old is she now?
It's 27.
Come on.
Yeah, something would happen.
She's old enough now where she can make a decision where you at least want to hear your dad out.
And because of this, there's times I'm going to contact an attorney and like press charges. And like, I really do. I got a case here. But I go, you know what?
What are you going to win out of that, Joey? It has to be up to
I
her.
want to hit her like a Jew. I want to hit her in the pocket. I want to make her pay. I could probably get some type of settlement for her.
You don't need to do that, though.
But
You're better
you're
than that.
absolutely
You don't
right.
need to do
I'm
that.
like, what am I
It's up to
gonna
that
win?
27-year-old to figure out that
What am I
your dad's not a bad fucking guy.
Yeah, what am I going to do? So I'm not, I could sit here, bang my head. I could take a plane to Aspen, where she lives, and maybe get charged with something.
She'll come around, I
You
guarantee
know what,
it.
man?
I
I'm
guarantee it.
straight. That's what bothers me. Beside that, no, I'm not bothered at all. I got a second chance, and I'm not missing a fucking beat. People look at me and go, "What the fuck are you?" Yeah, listen, all this shit, this is nothing. You could die, and you can't take nothing with you. I can't take the microphones, this mule. I would take this to the deepest depth. Like if there was an earthquake right now, they would find me under here, holding on to the mule. This is the best bong ever of all time. This is known to fucking put people into trances and shit. You know, but it's like, I'm not angry at her at all.
Yeah.
I got a second chance, and I try to do the best I can. And I'm like you. You don't have a fucking envelope. I love you to death. I can't do it, though.
Ain't happening, man.
And even with the envelope, sometimes I'm
Even
like,
them, yep.
I got to stay home and pay attention over there. The wife, everybody needs to get pay attention.
No, I turned down a TV show in New York. I was going to be gone for 6 weeks. Ain't happening. Be gone for 6 weeks. Take me away from my kids for 6 weeks. Ain't happening.
And you know what? What am I going to do? Take a plane here on Friday and get back on a plane Sunday?
Oh, fuck you.
And then Monday you're walking around wounded, and Saturday you're walking around wounded.
You're like a zombie, man. Your kid recognizes that shit.
No. It's the law of diminishing returns. If I learned anything out of CU, anything, was intro to microeconomics. It's the law of diminishing returns.
Yeah. The best is learn how to say no to shit, right?
Well, there's a lot of shit. Listen, when I moved here, I'm not going to lie to you at all, Brendan. I did everything. I did everything except extra work.
Yeah.
If you had 5 shows in one night and your show didn't pay, I'd still be there.
Yeah.
Because I knew the result. The result would be, I'm only getting better.
Yeah, you're working on your craft.
You would go and tell your friends, I got Joe Diaz to do 20 minutes. He's a fucking sucker. You're the sucker, bitch.
Yeah.
because
It's gonna pay
I
off.
got your audience, and I
Yep.
did what the fuck I wanted. I tried new jokes. You know, you do 3-4 sets a night. I would go to Boyle Heights. I would go to fucking. Oh, we used to go in the hood, Jack.
Yeah.
That's the training grounds. I don't even know who still has rooms, but those rooms are tremendous. Those little Mexican rooms, as I call them, where they sell tacos outside the bar and shit. Mondays, Tuesdays, some of them give you 35, some of them give you 50. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You're just going out there to do sets in front of
better.
in front of different defenses.
Yeah.
These people have a TV on them.
Yeah.
These people have a TV on. It's like when I was the house MC in the Boulder Broker. Comedy night was $15, plus you got a steak and a baked potato and a bowl of shrimp. Remember they were known for shrimp whenever you went in there?
Yeah.
Here's the problem. I got to be funny enough for you to put that steak down.
Yep. You're competing with the
It's
food.
a different type of animal.
Yeah.
So when you go to these bars and the Spanish bars, as I call them, they're people. They're human beings. Half of them are sitting, half of them are standing, half of them are shooting pool. And now they got to stop shooting pool. And the other half were watching that fucking Laker game.
Yep.
And we had to shut it off.
You can compete with all that.
You better be funny, bitch.
Yeah.
This, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
the level of commitment. So you get to face more defenses.
You're
get
sharpening the sword.
You just, and you're dying. You're just going out. They're all just going through your head.
Yep.
And you're like, oh shit, I should have used that joke. It don't matter. Because I got a 10:30 in Marina Del Rey. I'll try it there. And if not, I got 11:15 at the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
And in those days, I didn't care what time I got to the Comedy Store. I'll get there and they'll put me up. I'm on the list.
Yeah.
So I didn't even look at the clock at the Comedy Store. It didn't even matter. I was just going to get there at midnight and go up in front of 8 people anyway, maybe 12. You know what I'm saying? So it's a system. The endurance of it, like it's just,
Yep.
it was crazy,
man.
It was crazy. And I did the same, and believe it or not, I had the same system in Colorado.
Yeah.
Mondays, I did the Outback in Boulder, across from the Public Car Wash. It was like an Australian bar. They had a back vault that seated 20. Mondays, I'd do that. Tuesdays, I'd do the Comedy Works. Wednesdays, I'd do Club 52 off of Commerce City.
Yeah, Commerce City.
Commerce City.
Yeah.
Fucking guy was an Elvis impersonator. And you got to follow him. Put that in your pipe and smoke
Jesus
it.
Christ.
Thursdays, I did El Torito's in Cherry Creek down there
nice.
off the exit. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
They gave you $25 coupon and a free dinner to do stand-up. So you always had the free coupon.
Yeah.
Things got bad. Let me get $4. Where you going? El Torito and Cherry Creek, Jack. I got a free dinner with that.
With the house.
The fuck you think you're dealing with?
So what are you working on now? You got to work on a special? What's the...
Since I last shot, I shot my special in October. I just started throwing things up in
Kind
the
of
air.
recent, yeah.
And I haven't really put nothing on paper yet. The last month, I've been putting shit on. You know, I could come up with 10 minutes in your city. I could come up with 10 minutes about the flight and your city.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
right there, I had 10 minutes that are new. I may have 10, 15 new, but the basic of the act is the same, and I got sick of it doing. So last Saturday, when I got off stage in Michigan, I go, that's it. I'll never say this material again.
Feels good,
So
huh?
I'm home right now till July 18th.
Working.
I have Brea.
In the kitchen.
No, I have Brea. That's it. And what I've been doing lately is getting up early and going to Marie T, writing for an hour or two. I come home, I hang out with the baby, I take her to school. Then I do another hour or two of writing, and then I do whatever I got to do. Like Monday, I had a meeting. Tuesday,
Business.
I just couldn't.
Yeah.
I had to sleep, and today I went to jiu-jitsu.
You see Netflix is they're focusing, obviously they still have their hours, but they're focused on 30-minute
Right,
specials.
they
now.
offer me a half
Yeah,
hour, so
yeah.
that's probably what I'm going to work
I feel like
for
you would
next.
fucking slaughter.
Yeah, I would slaughter a half
the
hour.
first person I thought of.
Yes,
And we have the same agent. too.
Yes, so no, I told him as soon as he brought it up. I said-
You on half.
Yeah, no.
Good luck competing
And I would
with
take
that.
him like to like Buffalo, where I could take those motherfuckers on a juggernaut of a ride. You understand
bro.
me? A city like that, Nyack.
Yeah.
I'll take him to Nyack, New York.
Yeah.
That's a fun motherfucker.
Yeah.
Take him to. There's a couple clubs that you walk in there, and as you're leaving, you're like, this club is perfect to tape some type of special.
Yeah, I thought of you right away when I heard that.
No, there's a lot of little opportunities, you know. I'm just sitting back. You know, man, I'm the type of guy I take my set seriously. Like, this is the first time in my life this is happening.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot of this from Joe.
Yeah.
Joe once told me, because, you know, They interviewed Joe DiMaggio, and he goes, every night you got to play your heart out because somebody might be watching. You might die that night.
Yeah.
And you had a shitty game. You know what I'm saying? So you didn't want to have a shitty game. It really hit me, and I was like, he's right. And that's why I have a problem with the Comedy Store also.
What do you mean?
I have a problem with the Comedy Store now, not personally or anything. I still love it. Listen, bro. I was thieving. I was fucking doing crazy shit. You know, I didn't know where the fuck my life was going. And all of a sudden I fell into this Comedy Store. Before I got to the Comedy Store, I read like 10 books on comedy, and they all mentioned the fucking Comedy Store. Come on. This
most legendary place
This was
on
the
earth.
place to be.
Yes.
Guess what, bro?
Still is.
Guess what?
What's up?
Even though I got the felonies, even though my kid don't talk to me, even though I never really got the fucking college degree at the end, even though I had all these shortcomings, guess what, bro? I was a regular at the store made by Mitzi.
Yeah.
That's like being a Gambino.
That's a big deal.
And Carlo Gambino making
Yes, sir.
a Gambino.
Yeah.
Like that's don't matter. Carlo Gambino made me a Gambino. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Okay.
Biggest nod you
know,
get.
when nobody in this town, I mean, dog, Brendan, they all hated me. Ask Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan will sit here and tell you, people used to tell him you can't.
The other comics?
Comics, managers, agents.
Why'd they hate you?
Comedy club owners would tell Joe, you can't bring him here no more. And Joe would love it.
Why?
Because I was, loud and dirty. But then something happened. I booked a movie. And once you book a film, people look at you different here, whether it's a film or a commercial or a TV show, because now they can't say no to you. They can't fuck with you. Because eventually you could become somebody someday.
Kind of made man.
Most likely you ain't going to be dick.
Yeah.
But you did this movie. And that's when some people paid attention. But for the most part, dog, I've always had a shitty agent. Always. I've had the Coloring Book.
Yeah.
And fucking Smith & Weston. I've had.
So what's your problem with the Comedy Store now?
The Comedy Store for me right now today, I used to go there to work out. There's nothing like working out. There's nothing like going on stage in front of 28 people and going, you know what, I'm going to talk about Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, and Def Leppard, High and Dry. And going up there and going on a tirade about it and having a tape recorder in your pocket.
Okay.
And you go home and listen to the tape recorder. You go, I could use this, I could use that.
Got laughs here.
What happens at the Comedy Store now is it's so high level. You ain't got time to go in there and throw out duds.
No, it's the Pro Bowl.
It's the Pro Bowl.
You better shine.
So, I'm trying to fucking...
It's sold out every night.
Every night.
Every night.
So for me to do what I want to do right now, what I need to be doing, I can't do it down there.
I feel you.
I got to come up with, you know what I'm saying? And there are bits... They
want classic Joey.
I got bits that are starting to... And I don't want to be fucking... Listen, bro. I got to shoot something tomorrow in the afternoon. So that's why they dyed my hair. I'm doing a favor for a friend of mine. I'm playing a young basketball coach. Then in September, he's going to shoot me again with white hair. But I got white hair. I can't go on stage talking about eating pussy and eating ass. So you got to talk more about what's going on in my life. What really, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to really break it down. I could have done this special. They even asked Justin to do a special dirty if I would go all out. And I'm like...
You feel like you've outgrown that?
I outgrew it.
Yeah.
I'm out to storytelling, comparing what's going on then to now and how I'm different. Bang, that's it.
Every comic goes through that, though, right?
Yeah.
You talk about what's relevant in your life.
Listen, you want to do a midnight show and people know we're going to be dirty and we're going to have a good time. I'll go up there and talk about fucking sucking your liver out.
Yeah.
But I'm not doing that shit at 8 o'clock anymore.
No.
I don't want people to go home and go, he was dirty. He was funny, but he was just dirty. He was vulgar.
I see what you're saying. That makes sense.
That's what always killed me. That's what always made me defan fighters in the UFC. And we've had this discussion already. And that's why I've taken comedy so seriously, maybe the last 8-9 years, because of what I saw in the UFC.
What do you mean?
Guys that had a strong weapon, but they refused to work on the rest of their arsenal.
Oh, and then they get found out.
Because of the dependency of that strong weapon.
Mm-hmm. And eventually, everyone sees it.
It's horrible. And I'm not talking about a guy like Houston Alexander, who couldn't wrestle. One day somebody put him on his back, and it was horrible. He was back there
Looked like a
floundering.
turtle. Yeah, on his back.
But with Houston, the first minute, you were in danger seeing fucking
yeah.
animals flying and shit like that.
Well, the game evolves fast. I mean,
It evolves
look at
fast.
Ronda. There's a bunch of guys. Anthony Pettis. There's a lot of guys where the game evolves super high
Super
level.
fast. And it's so weird how, you'd see them on the card, you'd see the UFC countdown,
Yeah.
and they'd be out there. Let me tell you something. When he feels my power,
Oh, yeah.
and I go, this guy's going to lose.
Yeah.
And they show the other guy. This time, this guy did half his training at Jackson's, and
Yeah.
he did the other half at Enzo Gracie's.
Yeah.
And this guy's still at home on the farm
Yeah.
with his friends and his father-in-law.
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck are you thinking?
Yeah, you get better.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta
Yeah,
get better.
adjust.
He's almost. My father was an assistant wrestling coach at the high school. That's great, guy.
Not gonna cut
That's
it.
1960 fucking 2. He's still thinking about what's that, Louis? What's that move when they get you in a half Louis? What's that?
Half Nelson?
Half Nelson and shit. You know what I'm saying? This is the UFC, bitch. You miss it, Brendan?
No, not in the least bit. Never. Never.
How did you stumble upon the UFC?
Like the first time I ever seen it.
No. Like, so
How did I get started?
you played CU Boulder.
Played CU Boulder.
Now, when you going to CU Boulder, you taking Renzo Gracie, Jiu-Jitsu? What are you doing?
I'm taking some classes in the summer at Easton's BJJ in Boulder. I'm going over there after my training camp. Going over there just because I was interested and I thought I could do it maybe. And then I had a quick cup of coffee with the Buffalo Bills training camp. And then realized, that wasn't going to be a life for me. It's heartbreaking. And then was a cardio kickboxing coach at LA Boxing. I was just training. And then it kind of just fucking took off, man. I met the right people, meaning the at the time, Nate Marquardt's gym. Nate was in the UFC. There was just guys coming in there. Me and Shane Carwin. Shane had one fight at the time. He needed a big guy to train with. I was the new big guy. Me and him linked up. From there, we went to T's KO, where it was Rashad Evans, Keith Jardine, just the who's who, George St. Pierre, and just got into this cycle. And then started taking fights, and then fucking 4 fights in, I get a call from the Ultimate Fighter. It's heavyweight season. Boom, off to the races, got my ticket to the Chocolate Factory.
How crazy is that?
Crazy. That's more me pursuing fighting is way more crazy than me pursuing comedy. My family went, what the fuck?
Did they?
Oh my god! My dad was like, "You're you're an idiot. You're an idiot. Literally do anything else." My mom went, "What are you doing?" You guys, you know me pretty well. I'm not an aggressive dude. I'm not an angry guy. I have a good work ethic. That's about it. But I don't enjoy hurting people. I don't want to hurt people.
When was the first time you got into a fight? How old are you?
I mean, growing up with my older brother, left and right, but on the street, fuck, man. I mean, bullies at school, maybe.
How old? 12, 13?
I mean, like legit fight, maybe 14, 15.
Do you remember what you felt like?
I was terrified. Terrified, man. I was terrified fighting the UFC. Terrified, man. Not, like the Diaz brothers, or, that you hear these guys, like Cain Velasquez, or these guys, like, it's in my blood. I do this for free. What the fuck? That's what you animals. I would never do this for free. I'm only doing this because there's a camera and people pay tickets to watch this.
It's crazy because I enjoyed it till I was about 13. And I took a beating when I was 13 that was ferocious. Broken nose, busted lips, fucking lumps to the head. I busted his nose, but in my world, that didn't do dick compared to what he did. I mean, I was healed. I'm not angry anymore. It was just a fist fight, I started fighting when I was maybe 5, when I moved from Cuba to New York City.
Yeah.
I got into a couple scraps.
I had to, yeah.
I got hit in the head with a lunchbox, a fucking, the little containers in there.
Yeah.
And then there was this one kid I used to scrap with a lot. And by that time, I knew karate. His name was Rudy the Haitian. He was Haitian, him and his dad. And I fought that kid, Brendan Schaub, 10 times. Finally, his dad grabbed me and held me arms and had Rudy beat the fuck out.
God damn.
This was animalistic.
Yeah.
And he took me upstairs, and my mom pulled a knife on him.
Jesus Christ.
And chased him, and the cops came, and the
God
neighbor
damn.
said my mom didn't have a knife, so they didn't press charges.
Good for you, man. So you grew up doing it?
No. Then I went to Catholic school those years, and I'm assuming I had a scrap or two. When I was 13, now by this time I'm doing karate.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty going to the gym, and I'm sparring after class, and I would go to Mario Diaz's house at 9, and we'd go to his basement and beat the fuck out of each other.
Yeah.
The sheetrock was busted everywhere. Yeah. No wrestling, no MMA. Just karate, flying side kicks, roundhouse kicks to the head. We bought the gear. We had the iron palm technique. I mean, we were crazy. And then right before I quit karate, I got lit up in the gym one day. And I remember walking home, with just boxing gloves and karate gear.
Yeah, just fucking around.
This kid was like a purple belt. And I couldn't believe his quickness. I couldn't believe his footwork. I couldn't believe Dick. At that point, I had been doing karate, fucking 8 years. I wasn't no Bruce Lee, but I knew what I was doing. And I was like, you know what? Fighting is definitely something I'm just going to watch. Like I was a Roberto Duran fan and Muhammad Ali and shit.
It. I think for a lot of fighters, I think, Anthony Rumble Johnson just retired. He actually reached out to me today. He retired top of the game, ranked number 2 in the world. And he was like, I'm worried about my brain, man. Like, I see how a lot of this ends for the guys. And, I'm worried about brain trauma, stuff like that. I got a lot of living to do, man. I'm only 30 or 29, where the fuck he is. He's like, once you start thinking about the repercussions of what you're doing, whether it's football, fighting, it's probably time to get out. Because the guy you're fighting is really not thinking like that,
You look at the guys, like Muhammad Ali probably didn't know. And before Muhammad Ali, they just kept it hidden.
But they just didn't know. They just assumed, who knows?
You watch Concussion?
Yeah.
Very interesting. I watched it twice on planes.
Me too. I saw it on plane.
But tremendous. You can only watch that movie on plane because if you watch it at the house, something's going to happen.
Yeah.
And they're going to fuck you up, and you don't have time to fuck around when I'm watching this fucking movie.
It's too serious of a movie.
That movie shocked me.
Did it?
Shocked me.
Not me.
It shocked me because I thought the NFL was better to their players. I thought that. Well, I remember I did with Bosworth
and Bosworth,
and I spent the whole weekend one time with Bosworth. Me and him just chatting. I thought I loved him. First of all, I loved him.
Yeah.
But he filled me in on one weekend of how they find him. They wouldn't even give him a game check because he would wear his shirt outside of his pants.
He wore like the midriff.
Fucking something crazy. So they would find him the amount of his check.
Yeah.
They took his house. He had to go to Hawaii.
It's a business, man.
But it's a business, Jack.
Sharks.
And we've discussed it before with Lee, how I never knew till maybe 2 years ago the longevity of a running back in the NFL is 3 years.
3 years.
Because I grew up on Errol Campbell. Look at him. He's in a fucking wheelchair.
Those are the freaks.
Yeah, you only remember the guys who.
But that's all you remember. And also it might be a little better now. But this is probably 3 years ago. You know what the average career of a UFC fighter is? Do you guys know?
Yeah.
Year and a half. Year and a half is the average career in the UFC. I think that was the stat 3 years ago. And maybe it's a little long. Maybe it's not because they're making cuts. But you got to remember in the UFC. For all those main card guys, there's a shitload of undercard dudes. Year and a half is the average career.
I always leveled it this way. That if I got the call from whoever, Jimmy Smits, Dana White, whoever the odds maker is today, honestly, this is in my head. I don't think a 22-year-old or a 24-year-old would know this. I think I'd have a year and a half to accomplish my mission. That's what I really personally think, that you have to go into the UFC knowing that you're going to fight 7 times and one of them for a championship, and that's decide what your next move is.
That's fair.
So you go in there, you fight on 2 or 3 prelim cards, you knock the motherfucker out, they put you on the main card low end.
Yep.
And you keep knocking submission. 6 fights, you're in a championship fight.
Yeah.
You're 6-0, you could talk a little shit.
See where you go from there?
Yeah, see where you go from there. The first year in the UFC, you do fight 3 or 4 times the first year.
That's how I was.
Acceptable.
I fought 4. I had 3 knockouts, all in under a minute, and then they toss you a vet. It's fine, you pass that test. Another vet, Crow Cop, fine, you pass that test. Now I'm, 5-0 in the UFC, 4-0 in the UFC. Then you start fucking with the big dogs. You're talking about the top 10 guys, top 5 guys. And then you find out, are you going to Are you going to be one of these legends? Are you going to be the guy? Like, is this your path, or you want to be a journeyman where it's probably not for you? You're not going to be making those buku dollars. You're not going to be the guy who, is selling jerseys and stuff like that.
Well, you go into it because, first of all, and I don't know if you're listening to this people or not, but always remember, you do this shit because you absolutely love it.
Or you have no options, Joey. Or lack of options. That's usually where fighting comes from, my man.
I'm going to tell you something. I had lack of options in 1991. I was a roofer making maybe 40 a year. I was probably picking up another 20 on the side, doing odd jobs, roofing and selling cars.
So 60 after taxes?
I was doing 60. 60 in Boulder in 87. You're going to eat dick, okay?
Terrible.
My wife probably made at the time 40, cutting hair downtown. That was it.
It's 100K between to you?
Once we broke up, I could learn how to do anything in a week. I could take Dana White's job in a week.
Yeah.
I'm one of those motherfuckers now. But I knew that the ceiling for money was going to be low in Boulder. And that's why I said, if I'm going to be broke, I might as well be broke doing what I want to do.
Yeah.
When I first got on stage, again, when those people mentioned these things to me that I should do comedy, I didn't like it. Then one day it snowed, and I watched the movie Punchline with Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
And I watched that movie, and I'm like, wait a second. I might like this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I like that. I need a family. I need to hang out with people.
Sure.
I need to do stand-up. Once I did it in Denver, and I had a conversation with Matt Woods, I did it up in Greeley at the Denver training camp. The first night they go to the rookies, my friend had the contract.
Okay.
So I did comedy in front of the Denver Broncos in the train. I bombed. It was just a bombing the second time. But it was the second time I got on stage.
Yeah.
And the third time I got on stage again was at the Comedy Works, and I did something else for Bill, I forget what his fucking, it don't matter. He had a motorcycle shop in Fort Collins. I did something else for him. And I got to tell you something. After 4 times, I loved it more than cocaine.
Boom.
It was the first thing that I knew I wanted to do.
You're drawn to.
I knew I wanted to try it.
And you also didn't give a fuck about the money.
At that time, I was disenchanted with money.
Yeah.
Because money had gotten me all my problems.
Yep.
And even when I had money in Aspen and I had the $50,000 in cash,
had horrible problems.
I wasn't happy.
Yeah.
It didn't make me any happier. What was the happy part of it? That I bought a new car?
Yeah.
Or that I went to eat lobster tails and showed off to people?
No, that matters.
So by the time I was 28, dog, I was disenchanted with money.
That. Yeah.
I was like, this is bullshit.
Good for you.
All my life, I wanted money to do what? To have a Testarossa? To show you. I had a picture of a Testarossa on my wall. I'm going to get a Testarossa, a white one in North Boulder. I'm paying $450 rent. I'm going to get a Testarossa. That's how retarded I am.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at this thing going, really? Is that what I really wanted? That's not who I ever was. Growing up, bro, my mom had money.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. I would take my chains off in front of kids.
Yeah.
My mom would go, why are you
You're
dirty?
embarrassed.
These kids lived 10 in a fucking bedroom. I had a cable TV and my own air conditioner in my home, man, with a carpeting.
Yep.
And I slept by myself, not with 3 of your brothers in the room with a fan in the summer. I was embarrassed. They would go, let's go to your house. You don't want to go to my house.
Yeah.
I live in a bad place. I lived on 205 West 88th. I had my big room.
Yeah.
Fucking color TV in my bedroom, a stereo, you know. So I never liked that whole thing.
Yeah.
And it all dawned on me. I go, if I'm going to be, you know what, I'd rather travel every night. You know, at that time I listened to Bob Seger music and Bon Jovi, Wanted Dead or Alive.
Yeah.
And I read the Lenny Bruce book, which Marco from the Chop restaurant gave me. Lenny Bruce Live from the Carnegie Hall. I got to bring it in so we can listen to it. Once I read that book, I was done.
Game over.
About him living at the Chelsea Hotel, and he would only do comedy after strip clubs, at strip clubs. So you'd fuck a stripper every night, he'd get a $10 bag of heroin, he'd go back to the Chelsea Hotel, sleep till 2, get his pipe sucked, and then crack jokes at night.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Killing it.
Perfect. Who doesn't want that fucking life, Brendan Shot? Let me read some shout-outs and we'll get you out of here.
Perfect, man.
We'll close it up with some comedy shit here. Cleo, you know I love you. Thank you for always listening and supporting us and give us your love. Mackenzie Tittle, Tony Gallegos, Lorne Rosenka, Always thinking about you. My little fucking genius, Cassius Morris. My favorite Puerto Rican, Renee Encarnacion, Juan Montoya, and Sean P. Smith. I'm watching you. The Lalingas family. You know I got your back, motherfuckers, always. Hope Dad is doing well. And my man Larry, get a job, cocksucker. You look good, man. I'm happy that you're doing the stand-up, that you're not faking the funk. I'm happy that you're turning TV shows down, that you don't want to be Brian Bosworth. What was the name of the movie he did?
I forget, man. It's terrible.
Stone Cold.
Something like that. Nah, man, ain't no got time for that.
They gave that motherfucker like 3 movie deal.
Oh, I know. That's how it goes, man.
$9 million.
Yeah.
What do you do?
What do you do?
Well,
You got Z's in your head, flat top?
I'm doing a podcast right now. What? I'll smack you in the fucking head. Go get that motorcycle and go in there and be stone cold.
Stone Cold, yeah.
Stone cold.
Oh, Lee, it was brutal. You have to watch it.
I appreciate you, man, and just being, just supporting and fucking.
Oh, no, dog. I know when somebody's faking the funk.
Yeah.
I lived in this town for 20 years.
Yeah.
And I know the people are trying to get rich quick. Those are the people that I give them rope. I just giggle. Yeah, no. Bro.
Keep doing your thing.
If I was you, call CBS tomorrow. You should tell them.
Call CBS.
Oh, yeah.
Get a special now.
Oh, shit.
Jump on fucking Jimmy Fallon now. Yeah,
Hang up
go
on
do
them
Jimmy
and do the
Fallon.
whole. You think so? Yeah, go for it. You just feed them. But with you, I like how you even mingle at the store.
Yeah.
You're just a regular guy that wants to go on stage. That night I was watching you, I wanted to see if you got nervous.
Yeah.
When I see you walk in, you didn't have nobody with you. You didn't have no coach with you. You didn't have
coach.
There was no
no
drama.
Fuck no.
You were there by yourself, and I was really impressed how you were walking around the back room. This was the main room, again, with Joe and Al Madrigal and Bert Kreischer. I mean, it was a fucking murderer's row. And you were walking around like fucking you didn't give a fuck. We had a little conversation. Our agent was there with some other guy. And then you got on stage. I waited. I listened to you. And by the time I got to the door, you were talking about, college, and now the guy was kicking the pound, whatever the fuck, and I just walked out because I had no place to stand. It was fucking packed. But again, your composure on stage, you're out doing sets. You're not waiting for somebody to come to your house and rub your balls. So I respect all that type of shit, bro.
I appreciate it, brother.
I do. I really fucking do. What'd you think of the fights this weekend?
They were good.
Best fighter in the planet, Joanna Ching 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 Ching.
Joanna Jędrzejczyk.
Champion. That's a better way.
That's it.
Yeah.
I just have nothing else to say.
There you go, dog.
She impresses me more.
Me too, man.
Than anything I've ever seen in my life.
Fucking
It's like if
monster.
you don't want to learn how to be a fighter, just watch her.
I agree.
That's it. And you know what I like about her the most? She paints her toenails and her fingernails
Red.
all the time.
Keeps it.
That's a sexy motherfucker right there.
I
Jack.
agree, brother.
When she's smacking people, my dick gets hard. It's tremendous. Who wants a chick that wants to talk about stupid shit?
I hear you, man.
Kickboxing, and she's supporting the SEALs. I don't give a fuck. I got a Polish chick that bitch smacking motherfuckers. Every 6 months, she shows up and just bitch smacks motherfuckers. I read a stat. The last 3 fights, she's had 700 and something strikes compared to 200 and something from her opponents.
Yeah, I mean, she's in there
crazy.
For, those 3 fights, about 75 minutes, and just doing work.
And she's like a point fighter.
Yeah,
And a fighter mixed into one, which is rare. She always scores one with that last kick. Ka-ding!
Monster.
See you later. Ka-ding!
Monster, brother.
And you know what, people? I don't know if you know this. Those ka-dings add up, Jack.
Hell yeah.
10 ka-dings to your
Fuck
fucking
yeah.
leg. The next day, you're at that Chinese dude in fucking Lancashire and Hesby getting the fuck. Bro, that if you're ever in the valley, guys, go to Lancashire and Hesby from 12 to 3. They got a happy hour. Shoulders, feet, and calves. You give fucking the guy a fin. You give him a 10 if you're having a good day. If not, give him the small fin and give him the 20 spot. 30 minutes is the best. Sometimes after jiu-jitsu, I can't take it. I'm a fat fuck.
I love it,
I go
man.
in there, I give him the small 20.
Yeah.
He rubs my feet. He takes all the blood out of my
Sounds
calves and
nice,
shit.
dog. I'm about to go there fucking right
Dog,
now.
he puts your feet in the
I'm
tub.
about to piss my pants, so I gotta fucking get out of here, dog.
Where you going? You just
I got
got
pee
here.
so bad. I just got here.
You got here 10 minutes ago. What's the matter with you? You just got here. We're talking about Joanna Ching 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 Ching.
She's the best, man.
What's your next move? You're going on tour. Where's the tour open up?
Starts in Australia in Brisbane. Then I'm in Melbourne, Auckland, Then Sydney. Sydney's sold out, so they're trying to add another show there. And then June 22nd, I'm in New York, Gotham Comedy Club. And then July 28th, I'm at the Laugh Factory in Long Beach the night before the big UFC Anaheim, breaking that bitch down. So things are good, man.
Good for you, man.
Yeah, tfatk.com for all that.
I'm proud of you. You're a fucking animal. Now get out of here. I'll close up the show.
You're the best, brother.
I love you. Get back to your
love
family.
You guys, Lee.
It's a pleasure to see you. Let's get that story down so we get you on This Is Not Happening like a motherfucker. Thank you. You look beautiful.
Best, man.
And that's it, and that's that, Lee. I don't know if you people know this. I don't know if we forgot to tell you motherfuckers. Tuesday night, me and Lee had a fucking accident.
Monday night,
I'm sorry. And you're thinking, like, Joey, what type of accident? Listen, man, we ate 2 of those chocolate bars, 2 cantaloupe things, and maybe 4 or 5 stars apiece. Guys, I've been doing this for fucking years with you guys. You guys witness it every night. I was seeing double. Lee, how many times did I just nod out and fall asleep?
yeah, for more times than usual. Pretty and like, yeah, you were like, I had to sit down on the couch for a little bit.
I must have drank 8 gallons of water. And I'm taking like this antifungal medication. I'm finally breaking down because I've been I don't talk about the fungi toenail no more. You know why? Because I've been putting baking soda on it. Since January 1st, I wanted a baking soda treatment. And guess what? The toe is still lurking in there, the fungi. Like, I got rid of 3/4 of it, but there's still a little fungi lurking. The doctor told me, listen, you can put anything you want in the gasoline. It lives in your body. Do this thing. They did a blood test. I did the fucking 5. So I'm on the 3rd day of pills. Let me tell you something. Those pills knock you the fuck out. They zack your body. You don't know where the fuck you are. So I think because I did those and what we did Monday night, but guys, Lee and I, how many times have you heard us on here talk about food? We ordered 2 fucking pizzas at 1:45 in the morning. First off, I could not drive. I tell you guys honestly from the bottom of my heart. I got to give them all props, whether it's the cantaloupe candy, the taffy, the stars of death, and moon chocolate. You guys were on fire the other night. But you guys will never know how fucked up we were the other night.
Yeah, it was, and I was mildly fucked up, but then like I passed out. Like after I was worried about you because but then after you left, I passed out. I woke up at 4 a.m. here.
4 a.m. you passed out till.
Yeah, I was just right in my seat. I always worry if like someone just walked up and saw like all these lights and just looked at me passed out.
Guys, I'm sorry. Yeah, I was fucking gone. But thank you for supporting. That was nice. I like that Big Brown came up tonight. We spoke the other night at the Comedy Club. I wish him well, guys. There's a lot of dudes out there in L.A. that fake the funk. And I got to tell you something. This kid's not faking the funk. He works hard. He does get sandwiched in between heat. I don't know how the fuck he does it. I would my first couple times, if I got sandwiched in between Dane Cook and Joe Rogan, I'd run the fuck out of there. So if he's coming to one of your towns, support him. Go watch him, man. The kid's really trying, and you can't take that away from anybody. That's the type of shit that, impresses the shit out of me, that he's not talking the talk. He's walking the walk. So I tip my heart out to you. As far as tipping my heart out to you, what do you do when you want a snack, but all you can find is junk food? You rely on your self-control to resist the temptation. That's never going to work. So what do? You eat the junk food, you eat the garbage. No more. Start snacking healthy with Nature Box. Nature Box makes quality snacks that actually taste great, delicious, and are better for you, and created with high-quality ingredients and are free from artificial colors, flavors, or sweeteners, so you can feel great about snacking. My personal favorite are the plantains, the chocolate nom-noms, the biscuit, the lemon biscuit. Nature Box recently made their service even better. Now you can order as much as you want, as often as you want, with no minimum purchase required, and you can cancel any time. It's simple. Here you go. You ready? Write this down. Go to naturebox.com and check out their snack catalog. There are over 100 snacks to choose from, and they're constantly adding delicious new snacks. You choose the snacks you want, and they deliver them, you ready for this? Right to your door. There you are sitting there, you're to the bong, you're wondering what's going on, all of a sudden, bing bong, and there's Nature Box, all right? With Nature Box, you never get bored. You know why? because they got new snacks each month, inspired by real customer feedback. And if you ever want to try a snack, if you ever try a snack you don't like, Nature Box will replace it for free. This is what I'm going to do for you, all right? You know I love you guys. I always want you to be healthy. And right now, you'll save even more Gitas. Nature Box is offering our family 50% off your first order when you go to naturebox.com/Joey. It's that easy. Listen, 50% off of those snacks. Healthy, delicious. They're good for you. I mean, I don't even know what to tell you. The Cherry Berry Bonanza, the mini Belgian waffles, the whole wheat vanilla animal cookies. Are you kidding me or what? The vanilla bean wafers. Listen, naturebox.com/Joey. 50% off your first order because you know I take care of my family. Again, naturebox.com/Joey. Number 2, Helix Sleep. You're unique. You don't walk like everybody. You don't talk like everybody. You don't sleep like everybody. So why is your mattress one size fits all? Okay? You know, let's say you weigh 200 pounds and your wife, she can't stop eating Twinkies. She's up there 660. She's ready to see Dr. Kazarian. Because a custom mattress will cost you $5,000 to $10,000 until today, until tonight. Uncle Joey's here to take care of you. Introducing Helix Sleep. When you can buy a mattress online, it's that simple. Customized for you for hundreds of dollars instead of thousands. I'm going to save you thousands. Go to helixsleep.com, answer a few simple questions based on 4 key preferences, and the result will be a custom sleep profile used to build you the most comfortable mattress you will ever sleep on. Your mattress will arrive right at your door in about a week, and shipping is 100% free on the arm. And for couples, Helix customizes each side of the mattress. Who does this? Helix customers report 30% improvement in overall sleep. You sleep like a baby. You got 100 nights to try it out, and if you don't love it, they'll pick it up for free and give you 100% refund. No questions asked. Who's better than them? That's why everybody from GQ to Forbes are talking about Helix Sleep. Go to helixsleep.com right now, /Joey, and get $50 off your first order. Again, helixsleep.com/Joey and get $50 off your first order. I want to thank NatureBox. I want to thank Helix Sleep. And I also want to thank Onnit for the supplements, the bats, the steel bats, the kettlebells, the apparel. Me, I live off the supplements. Whether it's the new Post Energy drink with the coconut flavor, to the Shroom Tech, to the Alpha Brain, this is what I'm doing. Hemforce protein. I'm all on it. I'm 54. I need all the help I can get. On it, I trust. Go to onnit.com right now and press in.
Church.
Boom! Get 10% off your order delivered to your door. That's it, and that's that. I love you motherfuckers. I want to thank Brendan Schaub. I want to thank my little brother Lee Syatt. I want to thank you guys for being family. May 25th, 8:30, stage number 2, the Ice House, the workout. I'm starting from scratch. New material, new ideas, $10. You in and out of there by 9:30, quarter to 10. You can still give the wife a stabbing. Have a great weekend. I love you. Stay black. Uncle Joey always loves you.